Welcome to FurCast, episode 318. I'm your host, Paradox the Red Wolf.
I'm your fabulous Blue Fox host, Pharaoh.
I'm your WebbyPod host, Nico.
And I'm the guest who no one gets their name right, but it's Oreo.
Oreo.
It's Oreo.
It's Oreo.
Yeah, sure, it's that.
Yeah, we all just call you Oreo because it's easier, to be honest.
In your
Yeah,
bowl, so
that's
it's
fair.
milk and cookies.
Yes.
It's fair.
Yep, and most bowls kind of look like Oreos.
No,
A little bit.
I do though. I
He
do
does.
though like the bowls that do look like Oreos. They're cute.
Yeah, except you...
I want to get art of Fursona just as like an Oreo cookie with like the little bit of purple hair
And
out
then
of the
just
top
bull horns.
and bullhorns
And a little horn... Oh my god.
and little cowbell.
Yeah, you could have a little like telegram icon that's just a little
Yeah,
cookie.
I know. I already made a cookie thing.
Oh, you
I know,
did?
but it has to be better.
Oh.
Well, yeah.
It has to be like
So
professional.
rude.
I want to know. No, I just want to get like professional art of it.
So it actually
want-
looks
I
like
wanna
an
pay
Oreo
somebody.
cookie.
I'll be like, hey, this is a dumb request, but
So we were talking about how you have stupid webby paws earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
And somebody in our Telegram chat just said webby paws are good for catching baseballs. You know, I suppose that is true.
that's true. They are like catcher's mitt, but guess what? They still hurt if you try to catch a ball with them. Because all that impact is still hitting your hand, so it still hurts.
Well, you know, if you had calluses and worked for a living, you'd understand that you'd catch things without it
You
hurting
still
your
have
hands.
nerves in your hand, even if you have calluses.
Yeah.
So, like, an
Yeah, the
impact would
shock
still hurt.
Yeah, the shock would still hurt.
Yeah.
And you have bones in your hands. Like, guess what? Those bones could break.
You can catch a ball with your hand. That's what hands
Yes.
were for eventually. Like, you know, in older sports, you know, you'd actually catch a
Yes.
ball with
Older
your hand.
sports.
Ye olden days.
Nothing like what the
But
kids
if
are
you're
into.
bare
these days.
hand-
If it was like an actual, like, really good throw, like most throws, because it would hurt.
Who goes to catch a fastball though?
Most of them are like top flight. You
I mean,
catch
like
them all.
catchers, but like that's.
I played catch with my mom once, and she actually plays softball.
Not your dad. Your mom.
No, not my dad. My dad can't play catch, but my mom can play catch. And she like threw it and actually hurt my glove, and my hand through my glove, and I'm like, I'm good. So I stopped. And then
Okay.
she made fun of me for it.
Oh.
Anyway,
Very
well,
interesting.
so there's not too much going on. There are a few cons going on this weekend. We've got Further Confusion and Anthro Crossroads East. I almost said Anime Crossroads East.
Anime.
Anthro Crossroads East. We got a couple things in the roundup, but other than, I mean, the only thing that's really going on is we're having like a really bad snowstorm.
Yeah,
in
really
fact,
bad. It's so bad.
terrible.
Okay, it's bad in the area. It's not bad here.
It's not bad in our particular town, but it is bad in other areas. Niagara Falls just
Other
closed all the
areas.
roads. What?
I love the face.
That is the
Yeah.
most-
I know,
just
you
not
know,
here.
you haven't dealt with snow in a while in Buffalo, but there was a time where, you know, we would get more than 3 inches of snow
Yes.
on the norm, and the roads wouldn't shut down.
Yes.
Well,
I
yeah.
agree that the roads around here should not be
Yeah,
shut
well,
down.
the roads here aren't shut down. I was talking about
Good.
Niagara Falls.
I know.
Niagara Falls and like
But
the northern
they kept
towns.
saying that there's going to be some huge snowstorm.
I
We're
knew
gonna
it's
get
gonna-
2 feet. We're going to get 3 feet of snow. And now we have like an inch
Yeah.
of snow.
I mean, the other thing though is I guess it's going to continue for like multiple days endlessly. So we'll see.
That's
We'll
what they keep
find out.
saying, but
That
it's
and when.
supposed to be snowing blizzardly right now, but it's not. And yeah,
Yeah, we'll find out. Anyway, that's pretty much all that's going on. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I could jump into the roundup if you guys don't have anything else. I would assume that means we don't have anything else.
Oh, I don't think
does.
so.
I'm gonna. Wait, you what?
I don't think so. I don't have anything.
I was just checking. Welcome to the roundup. The roundup is the segment where we throw a bunch of links at you. Because we don't have time to cover them in our main news segment, and also our news segment is mostly just us having fun and reading stupid shit. But these are some cool links that you can check out on your own after the show. They'll be on the post on the website. I need to like go through all the episodes and compare how I explain the roundup, because I explain it sort of the same every time, but like with different energy levels and everything. Anyway, point is, first thing in the roundup is this video, the Starman dance from JMOF. This was gaining quite a lot of popularity on Twitter and everything like that. It is. The scale of this video is nuts. It is a pretty large form factor camera on a pretty large gimbal running through a building, and I guess these fursuiters had pretty much reign over the whole building. I think they like rented it for a day or something like that. I don't know too many of the details of the backstory, but it is impressive, the scale of it. Like, there's furries all over, outside, inside, everything. So.
He's so cute.
But yeah, cool stuff.
Oh, get to the outside bit. There we go.
They'll do pretty good dancing, too, all the suitors. It is very cute.
I like the polar bear.
Yeah.
The right.
So shout out to all of those guys. I know one of our fans, Cheetah Paws, is in there. In fact, speaking of Cheetah Paws, we have your new calendar, Cheetah Paws. I really appreciate, by the way, how the first page is Sonic Fox. So that's great. That's been on our wall since we got that. Actually, I think we got a few calendars because we were sending them to
One's
people.
going to a friend.
A friend, but
friend.
but yeah, shout out to one of our patrons, Cheetah Paws, for that. His calendar's awesome. You guys should totally buy it. It's really hot.
This one has strobes, Gale.
Yep, Gale and Strobes and a
Cheetah
couple of other
Paws.
people.
He looks pretty erect in that picture, though.
You know,
There's this one's
I'm noticing the transparency of the underwear is getting like more and more like
you could look through
you
it
can
a little
you
bit
just
more.
see through it now. Like it used to be, it was like just a bulge, and now it's like just transparent material.
Now it's like a bulge with like
It's like wet,
there's a moist bulge.
wet bulge.
wet bulge.
So no, the problem with that one was it got sent to my parents' house, and they were like, "Oh, do you want us to open it?" I'm like, "No."
I feel like no, he should have drew strobes with his ass instead of the front.
I was gonna
bulge.
say Strobe's ass needs like a warning label.
Like I feel it'd be more hilarious that if strobes out of every other character it was just his backside
The
instead
only
of his front.
one.
That would be funny.
Yeah.
So I feel like Strobes isn't known for his bulge; he's known for his ass.
Yep.
It's true.
Oh, I'm not logged in here. Let's see.
That one's pretty erect right there.
Oh yeah.
He's pretty.
Which one?
Actually, if I just reset the lights, that one camera
Ooh.
up there is powered on the lights because I'm trying.
Yeah,
to
that's
Yeah,
yeah.
That's not a.
that's an erect dick.
That's
Yeah.
an erect penis.
Your camera. That is pretty erect.
You can see it. Just everyone. Yep.
That's November.
Ooh. Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
What are you thankful for?
Damn it! I'm trying to log in because damn it! What is my?
See that's an erect penis.
Yeah,
right
that's
there.
also an erect penis.
That's an erect penis.
Why would you be erect to like banging a drum?
I don't know.
Maybe you're
it's
really into
passionate.
it.
It's passion. Right
That's
there.
true. Not to say that the picture's not hot, because the picture's still quite hot. Because it is. Bull, what do you have to say about this?
I mean, I'm not gonna say I disagree.
Good.
Well, let me see. I remember it was a picture of from Infernal Equinox. Let's see if I can find this. I got tons of pictures of Pharaoh and everything. Somewhere in here, I've got a really great picture of Strobes' ass, but it's also really funny because we took this. Here it is. I found it. We took the sign that is on the doorway to the dance, which is like a warning that's saying strobe lights, obviously for people who have epilepsy and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And we just took that and stuck it on his butt. So there you go. So there's a warning on his butt now, which is what it needs, to be honest. Any hoozle, back to the rest of the roundup. Next thing in there is an interesting article from BTCNN about Durov, the guy who I guess owns Telegram, runs Telegram. Not really. Well, he's the guy who started it, at least. I guess they are closing the company behind Telegram. Now, of course, Telegram is not shutting down as a platform, so I'm not exactly sure what it means. But this article has some interest. It doesn't really tell you what the plan is with that or why that's happening. It just kind of gives you the history of Telegram, so not really sure. But I figured I'd link that to you guys since obviously Telegram is of the utmost importance to our culture. And second last thing in the roundup, I guess somebody got a hold of one of those Jeffrey
I love the face.
one of those Jeffrey suits
Giraffe.
from
Toys R
Jeffrey the
Us.
Giraffe from Toys R Us. Thank you. I was drawing a blank for some reason. And there's a bunch of pictures of it at FC.
Oh my
that picture.
gosh.
Just go back to that other picture, just because of just the intimidation of that right there.
Yeah. And the person who's wearing it is walking around with a sign that says "Recently lost job. Anything helps." That's great. So shout out to that. You can follow that on Twitter at TallJeffrey.
As compared to a short.
And finally, in the roundup, an article on Dogpatch about Yammer. So you guys might have seen this tweet going around if you are part of social media, which was this very furry-looking character on the top of a Mazda car saying Indiana Dealership of the Year, and it's obviously a car dealership, and this car dealership has a fursuit, and so everybody's like, senses tingling. Well, it turns out it is pretty much a furry. At least the guy is aware of a furry. And it's a whole article basically interviewing them, going through their whole backstory and talking about that, and all the little clues that lead people into it. And apparently people really like it. And there's some really cool photos of it, which I'll do it.
I read some of it, and it was really funny because the people who were deciding like what their new mascot was going to be was like, hey, let's go to Twitter and make a poll. And then the person who was the artist was just like, hey, furries, help. So everyone from around the country just like voted just for them.
Really?
Just so they would win. So they won by like a landslide. And it's like, I kind of felt bad for anyone else who was trying. And I'm like, aw.
Oh, wow.
Oh, well.
That's really...
It is a cute...
It is
cute
overall
goat.
an awesome story, though, and it's really cool. And it's one of those instances of like furry in the mainstream that just works so well. So, thought it was worth sharing. Contest over. Oh yeah, okay. I see the contest for the art and everything. That's really awesome. There you go. That is the end of the roundup.
Do.
We do need like a hooray you won jingle or something.
I think you need like a jingle for the roundup. I still think you should have like a whip sound, like a whoosh.
And the roundup? Yeah, we should.
Whenever I get my soundboard.
Yeah, eventually I will set up a soundboard for you. I do have to do that. I mean, we do have a gong, but the gong is for... What is the gong for again?
Dad jokes.
Dad jokes.
We didn't talk about the gong. No, we did. We said that who gave it to us, but we didn't like explain our purpose for it. We will hit it whenever we tell a dad joke.
Yeah. I want a big gong, like one that's like the size of the wall. We just like hit.
Those are hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, they're also very expensive to ship.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Someday. See, one day when I'm teaching like in a school, I will borrow it for an evening, and then I can bring it here, and then we can gong it, and then I have to bring it back. And I hopefully won't lose my job.
I need to borrow this gong for a day.
Hey, I'm the band teacher.
If
I
it's
need
a big
this.
gong, though, it can't be dad jokes. It's got to be something more profound.
End of the show.
End of the show. No, I don't know. We'll figure out something. We're going to think of something.
Chat room, what would be something profound for
You know
a
what time
gong?
it is? It's giveaway time. Gong.
I don't know why, but all I can think of is who's the guy on YouTube that the electrical engineer who makes the videos where he hurts himself? Full bridge rectifier, Electro Boom. That guy, when he does a giveaway and it's just his voice going giveaway time. Anyway, all right, I'm ready for news. If anybody has something that they want to start with. Stat with. Oh, we are going to do emails tonight, by the way, guys. We do have quite a few emails.
I added some news articles into the roundup. I don't want to go first this time.
I'll go first, I guess.
There's a Nazi bowl.
What? Oh, that's got to be mine then.
It's all you.
Okay, I'll do that.
Wait, a Nazi bowl?
Do we want to start off
Nazi
funny or do we
cows.
want to start off serious?
That's the title.
So wait. So if it's a Nazi bowl, does that mean we should kill it and eat it, or we shouldn't kill it and
I
eat
feel like you're more like
should kill it.
you should.
Don't eat it. It's insulting.
it? Oh.
But what if you put like a shit ton of salt on it and make it like
Is it bad to smoke that meat?
put it in the gas? I can't even finish. I can't finish it. I feel bad.
Stop it.
Do you want a serious article or a joking one first?
I don't know.
We do serious things.
I have one serious article.
This is
that's
a serious show.
oh, it's not
Excuse
like
me.
super serious. It's just like
Super cereal.
I'm gonna start with the serious one. Okay, I'm ready.
I accidentally started doing the wipe transition.
Oh,
I'm being cereal.
we're just super professional tonight.
Super cereal.
Man hospitalized after. I'm gonna wait for this. After injecting own semen to treat back pain.
So many of you sent me this article.
Yes.
Yeah, it was everywhere.
I got like probably 7 or 8 messages on Telegram and at least 2 emails about this article.
We are
For
reading
some reason,
it.
people really want us to read this article about this guy.
Are you happy now?
Yeah, so hope you're happy, audience.
Do we not entertain?
You win, audience. Congrats. Trying to read with this new mic. It's weird. Because I can see out of my one eye, but not the other eye.
You couldn't read with the mic before.
You could
No, because the other mic I could have like back here. And just have
yeah, you could have it a little further from you. You don't.
Nope.
I would actually say get it a little further from you.
Okay.
Like that.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
I like my new mic.
I miss my old mic.
I like the sound of this mic.
This mic sounds distant and far. A new study published in the Irish Medical Journal recounts the case of a 33-year-old man who was hospitalized after repeatedly injecting himself with semen to relieve chronic back pain.
See, the problem that bothers me most of this is not even the fact that he was injecting semen. He had one needle. So he just kept using the same
That's unhealthy for a lot of
needle
reasons.
multiple times.
Does this actually sound good? Because like I can't
Yeah,
tell.
it does tell.
Okay.
It's fine.
It sounds distant. to
It's
me.
your voice. It's as good as it could sound.
If anyone's not in the
true.
medical industry, like using a needle twice.
Have you seen pictures of what a needle looks like twice?
Yes.
Like
Twice
let alone
twice is okay. You could still be okay with
It's-
twice.
It's still very bad.
No, it starts to curve, and then like anything. Can you pull up a picture of a needle?
Look. No. Look. Seriously.
Yes, seriously.
Seriously, look up
We're
like,
gonna teach
needle after
people.
repeated use.
Honestly, it was funnier that your mic like wasn't on and you
Yeah.
could hear it in the distance.
Why?
Why?
Okay,
No,
so what
needle after repeated use.
after use.
That one, yeah.
This first one.
Yeah, so that's what it looks like after you use it a couple times.
Oh god.
Yeah. And yes, it does. It would hurt. I can guarantee it.
There you go. That's what needles look like after you use them, like in a microscopic
It
level.
is not meant for use more than once.
Oh god, that bothers me so much.
It hurts.
Yeah, that's.
See, like to use twice is, you're okay still. I mean, it's not going to separate the cells like it does with the original one, but there's a little lip. But the second
After
you
6, that looks like it just would hurt going in and like cause you to bleed when it's coming out.
Yeah, and it's starting to corrode too here, I think.
No, I think that's just blood
Ugh.
mixed with. Yeah, it probably is a little bit of corrosion
it's
too.
probably corrosion.
Yeah,
it's more.
Yeah.
Don't reuse needles, kids. Ever.
They're
Yeah.
cheap. You can buy like 1,000.
I have.
We have like 1,000 here. Not full syringes. We just have like needles because.
I have had full syringes. I had.
What have you been doing?
I say what?
I was okay when I was like a kid. I was on growth hormone, which was a shot every single day for like 2 years.
Like a bull's growth hormone?
I don't know what it was.
I just
but
want to point out that you're still short.
I am
I was
still
about to say,
short.
It didn't work very well.
I was 4'9" for like.
Dude, that's when you get out of booster seats.
Yes, I was 4'9"
Advertising.
from 5th grade up until like freshman year of high school.
Oh no.
So freshman year of high school, they're like, "Hey, go on this," and I'm like, "Cool."
Okay,
thanks.
in New York State, you have to be. If you are less than 4 feet 9 inches, you have to be in a booster seat.
I would have been in a booster seat for the entire time. I wasn't because I was really, really sassy and really salty. about it.
What about
There was
midgets?
What is a legalized midget?
What's the height
It's
of
actually it's not technically
height of
midget.
a-
It's a little person.
I don't know.
Insulting.
Can we move on?
midgets? Little. I
probably
think saying little people is actually more insulting.
Actually, I think it's just ask the person.
It's like saying you're like a person, but you're little.
You're a little person.
Like you're just a little person.
I don't know. It changes like every couple of years, but
Yeah.
little person was the last one I heard.
How
Do
come
they
you-
have to like modify their cars? I bet they do.
Yes, they're short. So yes,
Just imagine them sitting.
Well, there was a
in
girl
kitty-
from my high school that was considered a midget. I forgot the height rank. I think it's 4'2".
okay.
Search what's the midget height?
You have a computer too.
Well, he's open and he's not.
I don't know why am I doing? Yeah, 4'10", I guess.
There's a midget that works at my Wegman. She's super sweet.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Ask her.
Ask her.
Ask her what is the correct.
Yeah. What do I call you?
No, just say what is the correct term that you.
Oh, by the way, really quick, I'm gonna suggest right now show title from last week. Fursona Lisa.
Yes.
That almost won last week, and a lot of people complained saying that was a better show title
it
than
was
our
better.
actual show one. So we're gonna give that show title a second chance tonight.
It was a good.
Which one?
Fursona Lisa.
Fursona Lisa.
What,
Instead of
what
Mona
was the
Lisa.
other show title? What was the last
Ding
week?
Dong Lick. That's the one that won. Yeah.
I like Fursona Lisa better.
I do.
I do too. And but Ding Dong Lick got like significantly more votes though, and I was like, so I don't know, but you know.
Anyway, back to the story. This is the first reported case of semen injection for use as a medical treatment, doctors in Dublin wrote in the case study titled "Seemingly Harmless Back Pain."
You just didn't want to swallow.
I'm so happy.
So
That is actually what the case study is called, and that's like
oh my god, that's awesome.
a usually prescription. Wait, no. Presentation.
Remember when I said you
And
Precipitation.
a usual precipitation of subconscious absence.
those weren't any of the words.
I know, was it? I don't give two shits.
You're English.
I'm not an English major, and I'm not an English teacher.
It shows.
I compose music.
I compose and I can sing.
Somebody in chat says jizz cult.
Ha!
That's a little scary.
That is actually really kind of gross. The man's
don't like that.
homemade remedy was reportedly discovered when he showed up at the doctor's office complaining of severe back pain. While examining the patient, a physician noticed the man's right arm appeared swollen and inflamed. The explanation the man gave was one of the doctor's likely never to expect. I can't read today. I can't read ever.
Need more wine.
I do need more wine.
More wine.
Okay, I got more
A
wine.
drunk man is a sober tongue.
Probably. I'm not gonna get drunk. I'm just gonna finish this one glass of wine. Paradox, that look was just worth it. Yeah.
Wait, what happened?
He was just looking at the camera directly and just be like,
Oh.
yep.
No.
The patient disclosed that he had intraversely injected his own semen as an inactive method to treat back pain. Patients wrote in the study.
Did it work?
No.
It might have been a placebo for a while though, because he thought
Maybe,
he
but-
thought like this'll work, and then it did because
Maybe he just
thought
didn't have
that it
enough
would.
jizz to inject,
Maybe
and he was just saving up. So like,
true.
Saving up the jizz.
what bothers me more is like, how did he? Was it like just like off of like
Well, he probably
just
did it into
like
a
a
cup.
turkey
into
baster?
like a cup, and he
Probably
just had
did in a
like
cup.
a cup like spare sitting in the fridge.
Oh.
Like you know how some people have like their like.
But would fresh be better than frozen?
Fresh or frozen? No. Never frozen, always fresh.
Fresh, never frozen.
I love the delight. It took us a minute to get that.
I'm so happy. Anyway.
They're sitting there labeled with dates.
Oh, well, this one's expired.
Oh.
It's just a little.
I'm just thinking,
This is why sexual
Would it be,
education
like,
is important.
Would it be like different, like if he had like pineapples and like a lot of like fruit, and it got sweeter? Would that change?
Burns.
Probably, actually.
Slight burning sensation.
The patient disclosed that okay, I already did that. Blah blah blah. The man reportedly said that he had purchased a hypodermic needle online and had
A hypodermic needle. One.
and had been injecting himself for a month. Wait, once a month for the past 18 months.
That's 18 times.
Oh God! With one needle.
That needle was a blunt object at that point.
Honestly, at that point, that inflammation might have just been caused by the needle.
By the needle.
Yeah.
He might have been onto something, but everyone thinks he's an idiot because he kept using the same needle.
Someone should have bought him more needles
Yeah.
or an aspirin.
Now, would it work differently if he injected into different parts? Like if he injected himself like in the butt or something, would that be different?
Or just right back into the nut.
Oh no, no!
Recycle. Reduce, reuse, recycle.
Dude, how do you come so much? Well, you gotta recycle it. Get some extra.
Okay, I have to finish this article because I'm getting actually like uncomfortable.
Lesson from FurCast: semen does not come from the testicles. It comes from your prostate. So if you want to put the needle through to your prostate, then
But it's not. It's also sperm. So the whole thing is
yeah.
seminal fluid and sperm.
How
So
about
then it's
this?
going back-
Just don't.
Don't reuse.
Don't
How
put
about
it
just
anywhere.
don't?
I mean, if you want to be a bad person,
can
not
the lesson
recycle.
can the lesson overall tonight though be just don't?
Just don't.
Just don't.
Please.
Just simply
Show titles just don't.
Don't. Stop. Before visiting the doctor, he said he hurt his lower back
this
while
guy is an
lifting.
absolute nutcase.
No.
You get one.
Just don't.
See, just don't. If you think about doing something, just think. Just don't. And you're fine. Anyway. Hurt his lower back while lifting a heavy object and gave himself
You know?
3 doses, according to the study. So he gave himself 3 doses like in a row. I think so.
Nice.
The semen reportedly entered the man's bloodstream and muscles. An x-ray revealed air trapped beneath the man's skin, and he was immediately hospitalized, according to the study.
So
Doctors
he didn't even know how to fucking use a needle.
Yeah,
because he was
no.
just injecting air into his.
that could kill you.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Don't.
See,
Just
don't.
don't.
Just don't.
Just don't.
Especially if it's repeated. Like a tiny air bubble usually doesn't hurt you, but
If it goes in your bloodstream, you're fucked.
that's
was
not
caught-
true.
It's not good for you.
It's not good for you, but you're not completely fucked.
You
And
need
the-
a decent size.
Okay, well, this person
do
obviously
you want to know
wasn't a
why
good
I know
person.
that?
because he flipped
people
out
who are
and
into
he thought it was a die.
inflatables-
No, the reason I know that is because when I was in the hospital like a month and a half ago, several air bubbles went into my bloodstream because the valve on one of the little T-joints for the
I would
the
fucking
seminal fluid?
panic.
I
would have fucking ripped the IV out of my goddamn arm
No, so-
had I seen air bubbles going
So
down.
there was a little air bubble. So if the bubble got big enough, the machine would stop. But the nurse told me, she's like, no. She's like, if you have any kind of a heart condition, it absolutely can hurt you. She goes, the tiny bubble is usually not a problem. Now, if it was like a tube full of air, then yes, absolutely, you would be fucked.
Because it goes into the ventricle of the heart and actually
Yeah.
you can't pump it out.
But not a tiny like.
I
little
want to
bubble.
finish this because I don't want to. Doctors treated the man with intravenous. Why the hell did I choose the one that has all the medical terms? Therapy. His back pain reportedly subsided, and he discharged himself without having the infected
discharged.
area drained.
Yeah, he discharged a lot.
Oh, they didn't drain the area, so it just had cum in his arm, just like a pool of it.
Just a fuck.
Just a cum. Nah.
Just
yeah.
Just
Just
a nice,
don't.
a nice cum pocket.
Stop it. The report's doctors conducted a comprehensive review of.
You guys
medical
wanted us to read this, by the way. Just saying. Like, so many people sent us this shit.
of medical literature and were unable to find any other cases of intravenous semen injection because people are smarter than that and they just don't. The study concludes with a warning that medical experimentation is dangerous and it's risky for untrained individuals to inject themselves with substances not intended for intravenous use. Translation: don't inject yourself with anything without your doctor's approval, including semen. So just, yeah. No,
Just don't.
just don't.
Just don't.
Don't.
Yeah, please.
He finished?
Yeah, I
finished.
Ha. Finished.
No.
It was about cum, so I mean, he finished obviously lots of times.
Instead of a funny bone, it was a cummy bone. I don't think that one deserved a ding, to be honest.
I liked it. I liked it.
You liked it?
Can you rewind the show and just take away that ding? Can you please rewind? Do the rewind because
Do the rewind. Here we go.
There we go.
There we go. All right, good. No, you fucked up.
Yeah. That does not get a ding. You're not giving it a ding. I'm gonna hurt you.
How could you hurt me from over there?
That wine is
Stand up.
poisoned. Only I have the antidote.
What is this, Game of Thrones? She's coming back soon. Yay. Everyone has to die. Kill them all. Who has another article?
I don't know.
There's plenty of articles.
Choose one.
Bull should probably read the one about the Nazi bulls.
The Nazi cows. I don't know if it's bulls, but I see Nazi cows.
What's the difference?
The fact that cows are female.
They're all steak.
I mean, you take it like a female, so I mean.
Ah!
Wow. Oh no, it is a bull. The first thing on there is a bull.
See, you're wrong in every single sense.
I guess you're right.
What is this? Why is this?
What is that?
Why?
Oh.
Why did you put this on here?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
What?
The gay one.
I put a lot of articles on there.
This is a very long article. Jesus. The slutty resurgence of New York's underground gay sex parties.
Neat.
Yeah.
Thanks, Cuomo.
I'm a not.
Anyway, I have a.
Why? What? You have put so many things on here. What? I don't know.
I don't know.
There's a lot of penises.
There's a lot of penises.
What is this?
Well, it's a gay
I was about to say it's
sex
gay
party.
underground sex
I know.
party.
No,
I'm assuming there's gonna be a lot of penis.
Just no. The you realize the dating show it was which for
Oh yeah, that says that one.
Shop for dicks.
Shop for dicks.
What?
Dick Shopping Network.
It's just a bunch of pictures of dicks,
DSN.
and then the women look at the dick and then they decide.
Oh.
See, if this was a show like with men looking at boobs and like things like that, it would have been like the travesty. But just saying.
Okay. Anyway, I have an article. Unless you want to start, Bull.
You can do whatever. I don't care.
Okay, Bull, read.
All right.
God, you are such a fucking submissive, like.
I told you we need a kettle
yeah.
prod.
Like you're the like Bull over here is the most like
He gives no bull.
you hungry? Yeah, I'm hungry. All right, where do you want to go to eat? I don't know, wherever you want to go to eat.
It's not.
It's like you want to watch a movie? Yeah, let's watch a movie. Oh,
What movie do you want to watch? Oh, I'll watch whatever.
I don't, whatever movie you want to watch.
It's true. That's how I feel. I can't help how I feel. Change how you feel. It's too submissive.
He can't change his submissiveness. He's
Yeah.
just born that way.
Also,
I mean-
I retract my statement earlier. There's actual lesbians on the show too, and they look at vaginas, so they're doing the same exact thing. So
Nice.
I retract that statement. So they look at everybody.
Well, like
I would watch the
Obviously,
show.
you're gonna watch that to read that.
I
article.
would actually watch it. I don't want to read it. I just want to watch the show.
Well, you're gonna read it now.
But wanting to watch the show.
Okay, I'm gonna read an article.
Bull, read.
I don't know.
Read now.
Okay. You read one.
Okay.
Just make sure.
Don't maybe get the writing crops.
Make sure to talk into the mic.
Okay, I'll talk into the mic.
Yeah, you can read like you can do this. This is what I do all the time.
Just like
Yeah, sideways.
tilt my,
kinda like,
tilt
yeah,
my head,
just
get
like,
my neck all
like
stiff.
seductively?
Love it.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Sorry, just continue. Go ahead.
Okay. We all good?
Yep, you're good.
All right. Some murderous Nazi cows have been murdered in the UK, and in the URL it says, Nazi cows aren't really Nazis, they are just really angry. So that's a good start.
Angry cows taste better.
They're just angry.
Why are you? I don't understand the idea of roping any angry animal in with the Nazi label. It's a pretty bad.
That squirrel's pretty angry. He's a Nazi squirrel.
Like your dog is just pissed about something.
He's a Nazi.
You gotta feed him a treat. Oh, he's being a Nazi.
Might as well get him that swastika you wanted.
Eventually, it's just going to become slang for people you
What
don't
if you
like.
actually said that jokingly about a squirrel, and then later Squirrel Hitler happens, and they say all the
Hitler happened.
Wait,
all
wait.
the squirrels
Okay,
is
you know
start
what we need
marching.
right
Is
now?
he gonna purify all the chipmunks then?
Yes.
Yeah.
All the chipmunks will be.
Concentration.
Can we not joke about this?
I don't want to. I just try to stop myself.
Squirrel.
What's
What's
Well,
in this
Squirrel
line?
Hitler has a prerogative.
Okay, this never happened. Rewind.
He wants all the nuts.
He's a nutsy.
Oh no!
No.
Nutsy.
What's in this wine? This wine is bad.
Oh my god!
This is bad. Help.
God.
That's for the nutsies. Anyway, what about that bull?
He's gonna round up all the chipmunks.
Oh my god, no.
Farmer Derek Gow has had to mostly destroy a herd of cows that sort of kind of were bred by Nazis.
What the fuck?
This ancient DNA. It's ancient Nazi cow DNA.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised.
We pulled it out of a bunker.
We found it in Brazil.
They were creating war plans in some bunker.
Bred by not what?
Kind of, sort of.
Kinda, sorta.
Only kind of, sort of. So, you're thinking about cows with very specific patches of black on their white hides, aren't you? That's another part of the description.
They just have Nazi. They have a swastika just in their pattern. They're all just born with swastikas. You just can't get it off. That's a Nazi cow. You can tell by their specific pattern.
Bit of Nazi news to perk up your new year.
Alvin and the Nutsies.
Alvin and the Nutsies. my head hurts from being out of air.
I feel bad that I started
Oh
this.
my god, I can't.
No, it's okay.
Oh, I can't. Stop dinging the bell.
It's not even dinging. It's just disappointing.
Oh god.
It's out of my hands.
That was shout out to Tanneru for that one.
That was good.
Oh god.
Devon farmer Derek Gow has had to mostly destroy a herd of cows that sort of kind of were bred by Nazis. Cows burning a big pile of books about horses. Cows marching with high steps beyond the reach of normal cow physiology. Stop doing that.
I think of goose stepping cows.
Jesus Christ.
Like their legs don't even go that way, but it's just like.
Like in the Lion King.
Okay, how would that work? Would it be like just the front legs first, or would it be like the front and like the side, and they're just gonna like perpetually like this? Like how would it work?
It would have to be opposing sides, so it'd have to be like.
or would it be like where like you could have like the front legs go and then the back legs follow? And it's
No,
like,
it'd have to be diagonal because they have to have balance.
Yeah.
So they do side legs. Goose stepping
I wonder if like cow tipping is involved in this. Like, there's like some racist tipping going on.
I don't know, but we're a paragraph in, and that is all
we're barely like in a paragraph.
That was one paragraph. So, basically, in 2009, Derek Gow imported 13 heck cattle. They're called heck cattle.
Come on.
you.
Is this real?
Straight from
Yes,
hell.
They're called heck cattle.
Hitler's pasture.
Oh my gosh, that is my official breed now. I'm a heck cattle.
See, you learned something.
I did.
Would that make you a Nazi for?
I guess inherently it does.
You heard it here first.
Somebody posted a video of a high-stepping horse. There are horses that actually will march, like they train them to march.
Nice.
Yeah, but
But were they Nazis?
No, they're not doing the full leg up.
But were they Nazis?
That just looks like he's trying to step on like over something.
I wonder how they're
Go read.
I wonder how
So,
the milk
he
tastes.
said... Pharaoh told me to read. I'm reading now. He set them to graze on his Devon farm. The herd grew to a peak of about 20 animals before, as announced yesterday, Gow had to thin the herd because the creatures were unimaginably
them.
angry.
Oh, were they actually bred to be like aggressive?
I
Yes.
don't know.
That's what they said earlier. They said it earlier. It's like Nazi doesn't mean Nazi. It means angry.
So we know that he wasn't bred by Nazis then.
He's the most passive.
Yeah,
person.
you're the most passive bull. You're a very peaceful bull.
Thank you.
You're
I
like
try my best.
What's the short story of the bull that likes the flowers?
I don't know, but that sounds
Ferdinand.
awesome.
Ferdinand.
Ferdinand. Yeah,
That's
you're like
mean.
You're like Ferdinand.
I'm Ferdinand. Yes.
The ones we had to get rid of would just attack you any chance they could. They would try to kill anyone, he said.
Fucking Nazis.
God.
They had a chance of just saying like they were all.
Wait, if they
bullies.
tried to kill anyone, they obviously weren't Nazis. Because that's like not what the Nazis did.
The Nazis killed like a
But
lot.
they didn't kill just anyone.
Yes, they did.
But
No.
you weren't a bull. They weren't killing the other bulls.
Literally anyone that like opposed them, they would have killed.
yeah.
Learn your history, bull.
Come on. There's
I know my history. I'm saying they didn't just kill anyone,
yes,
though.
they did.
They killed a lot.
They killed anybody.
They killed
They killed anybody if they pissed them off.
Okay,
They
they
killed
They had a
anybody-
secret police. You know what secret police do? They kill anybody.
Yeah, that's fair.
They killed anybody who opposed them politically and anybody who didn't fit their description of
Yes.
ideal. Like they would kill people over eye
Yeah.
color. It was fucked up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dealing with that was not a lot of fun at all, said the farmer. What has garnered the heck cattle more press attention than might otherwise be afforded to a gathering of aggressive livestock is that they were sort of bred in Nazi Germany. See, the heck cattle are the result of a
cattle.
I still
Let him
wanna-
read. He's
let
never
me
gonna
be a
stop.
heck cattle.
Read.
See, the heck cattle are the result of a 2-decade breeding experiment by brothers Lutz and Heinz Heck of the Berlin and Munich zoos, respectively, that began in the 1920s. The Hecks were trying to breed domestic cattle that exhibited the most primitive characteristics in both appearance and behavior, in an effort to breed the closest thing that they could to an extinct wild cattle that used to roam the forest called the aurochs.
You missed a word.
I know. I skipped it because I didn't know what it meant and I didn't
It's
want to sound
Teutonic.
stupid. Anyway, the aurochs, in case you're not down with your long extinct Germanic cows, were
Isn't
large.
your name Auro?
Oh my gosh, it is. Well, it's Aureo. It's a Rayo. Everything about this is just me, except for the fact that they're mean.
Except that you're not a Nazi.
Except
Well, where is your family from?
except I'm not a Nazi.
Where's your
Where's your family from?
heritage?
My heritage is British, German, and Italian,
So you might be.
but mostly German and Italian.
Uh-huh.
But my last name, I almost said it out loud. My last name is British, so
Okay.
Well, my last name is.
Yeah, I
like,
would change my last name too if I was.
yeah, it was all a ploy.
Yeah. Your family didn't.
Anyway, they
I
were
wonder if your two families know each other.
They were large, wild, mad as heck cattle that inhabited Europe and North America up until the last recorded animals died out in 1627.
Wow. So Hitler wasn't trying to like breed new soldiers, just cattle to fight the war.
I mean, hit him where it hurts.
Okay, but like
farm.
imagine, okay? You're like going into war.
It's
and
like
you know, you're expecting the normal like guns ablaze, people
Now
standing
all
there.
I'm thinking about is the
And
South
now
Park
there's just a massive stampede coming over the horizon, and they're not
with
stopping.
AKs strapped to their horns.
Yeah, what the hell do you do?
I'm just thinking
Bulls with guns.
I'm just thinking like if you drink the milk, you somehow like become fascist.
The milk is explosive.
Fascist milk.
Show title.
Fascist,
Fascist
Fascist milk.
fascist lactose.
It reminds me of the South Park where they doctored the photos of the Hiroshima bombs. And then it's like, oh, it was cow and chicken.
Nobody knows exactly what they looked like because people were really bad at painting cows in olden days, but it's generally thought
Wow, that is just such a. People sucked at painting cows.
just specifically
So you
cows.
have
They
no
were really
pictures of
bad.
your ancestors.
Nope, none. It's so sad.
Is that a cow or is that a dog? I don't know.
It's got spots. Where was I?
Fascist milk.
It's generally thought they were born chestnut, and at around 6 months, the males turned a darker conker color with a white stripe down their backs. When the Hecks first bred their version of the aurochs, they were looking primarily for domestic cattle that looked vaguely aurochsy in an attempt to breed a pre-industrial super cow that might yield more meat, and then went from there. That meant big creatures with long legs and, as it turned out, fiery temperaments.
Not these super cows.
Super cows. Gow originally got his herd of demi-aurochs because he was so interested in their story and wanted to keep them just to look at them now and again and occasionally photograph them. Heck cattle aren't the only animals that were bred in Europe after everyone figured out the whole evolution thing. Wicken Fen in Cambridgeshire is one of the only homes on Earth to the conic pony, a tiny angry little pony.
Tiny angry pony. Can we buy a tiny angry pony?
No, it's a tiny angry little pony.
It's not My Little Pony. It's My Little Nazi.
Small horse. The title of the article of the other one is "Small Horse with a Sad History."
I don't want to read that one.
Anyway, talking about that. Okay.
Is that it?
Anyway, before you start a pop-up restaurant selling certified Nazi burgers and crinkle-cut chips in the shape of a swastika, just be aware that the Hex, although they lived in Nazi Germany and worked at Nazi-funded zoos, didn't actually breed their cattle for any shady Nazi reasons. They just kind of liked the look of them and their big stripy backs. Also, pretty much all of them have been humanely killed now, so not to worry.
They were gassed.
All right.
Also, I like
Reverse Nazis.
I like the fact that the farmer is Derek Gow and he works with cows.
Derek Gow with the Nazi cow.
Derek Gow, the cow farmer.
My name's
Gow's-
Derek Gow, the cow man.
Derek Gow's
Derek Gow, and
Nazi
I work
cows.
with cows. My favorite cow, Derek Gow.
The heck cattle.
Do you want to be a heck cattle?
I have an article.
They're just big. I'd say I'm big. It's true.
But you're not aggressive and you're
That's
not a Nazi.
that's the only, okay, they literally said.
I'm gonna
it's
say
not
that if you actually like legitimately become like a heck cattle, I'm gonna bring that up.
I'm a
every
heck
week.
cattle.
I'm just gonna like follow you around and be like,
girls.
I'm just gonna be like, so you're a Nazi then? And then you're gonna have to explain that story to everybody.
So we're bringing our Jewish friend over. Can you just not come?
Can we move on from this before
Okay.
we fucking put ourselves in a hole of
like actually hurt somebody.
saying something? Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't want to hurt
We're really
anybody.
going in the oven here.
Yeah. Okay. Just go. Just go.
Moving
just go.
on.
Fast.
Yeah, that was bad.
Up next. Abused wolves and troubled teens find solace in each other.
No. He's that nice.
Shout out to Nico for finding this one
Oh, yes,
for
I
me.
did.
It's an NPR article. I quite like this one. Oh, also, one thing I just want to mention before you get started. I guess an old TV documentary about therianthropy was uploaded to YouTube. It was like 5 years ago that it was filmed, and it was aired on Logo and Australian Broadcasting Corporation and a couple of other channels. I know it was on a channel in the Netherlands. I know it was on a channel in the UK. But anyway, I guess it got uploaded to YouTube, so there might be some people who saw that documentary. So shout out to those people who are like, I've been getting messages from people on like via email and people who have found my human Facebook, which was interesting. But anyway, shout out to those people. Unfortunately, that documentary was trying to talk about therianthropy, and they accidentally talked about furries, which are very different. Well, sort of. Therianthropy is...
I was in it in a horse head, I think.
Yeah, you were in it in a horse head, and your ass.
Oh
was in
right,
it.
you were.
Yeah. Therianthropy is like animal spirituality stuff, and that's what they were trying to do a documentary on. That and like otherkin stuff, and instead they did a documentary about furries, which is not really animal spirituality. It's more just like interested in anthropomorphic stuff.
Best meme came out of that, though.
Yeah, there were some good. Oh yeah, on all levels except physical.
I'm a pizza.
I am a pizza.
I still like the one. It was
Pepperones.
no, it was. It, like they photoshopped his head out to have like Skyrim, like the new release, like they re-released. He's like, on all levels except physical, I am a new game, and he like just crashes. And I'm like,
Yeah.
because it was like the 80th release.
We were somehow the most normal people in that documentary, which was weird, even though we weren't the people they were originally trying to find. It was kind of weird dealing with the film crew, because the film crew's like, all right, so do you guys like run around in the woods and like howl? And we're like, no. And they're like, oh, well, what do you guys do then? And we're like, I mean, we like hang out and play video games on Thursdays.
We go bowling sometimes.
We go bowling sometimes, and we hang out and we go to cons and we just like have art. Like that's, yeah. And the other thing is the documentary was trying to talk about like species dysphoria and not anthropomorphics. Anyway, but this article is about feral wolves
and it's much happier.
and feral troubled teens.
Also true.
A strong gust of wind is answered by the chorus of
Feral
wolf-
teens.
feral teens.
Show title.
Show title there.
When you find them in the wild, be
Oh wait,
careful.
you're actually you were a teen.
I am a teen. I'm just a little.
Are you a feral teen or are you an
Huh?
anthro teen?
Well, no, he's a
I'm just
bull.
thinking of Ovaltine.
Yeah,
I love Ovaltine, by the way.
We have so much Ovaltine.
We have so much
Ovaltine.
Ovaltine.
You're Ovaltine.
All right, let me read this goddamn
I
thing.
think he's an oval teen.
Let me read this
Did you
goddamn
call
thing.
me fat?
No, it's because like you get added. It's added to milk.
He's chocolatey.
He's chocolate milk.
All right. So if a
How now,
brown
brown
cow makes chocolate milk, then what does a purple cow make? Is it like lavender?
Oh, ew.
Like what is it?
He's a bull.
Brown
though.
cows make white milk. What do you mean?
Well, no, they make
I'm
chocolate
not
milk. That's where chocolate milk comes from.
Oh,
Brown
you're
cows.
shoot. You're right.
Yeah.
I forgot. But then where does strawberry
And then
milk
when they
come?
want chocolate, you extract the chocolate from
like
the milk.
pink cows.
Pink cows?
Pink
Duh.
cows, yeah.
I've never seen a pink cow.
Well, then you're just an uncultured.
You just make them eat strawberries a lot.
Well, you uncultured American you.
You feed them shrimps.
All right.
Ew.
A strong gust of wind is
Shrimp
answered
milk.
by a chorus of wolf howls in Southern California's high desert. Wearing hoodies and well-worn sneakers, city kids make their way up a mountain. Navigating the high desert terrain can be a challenge for some, and a few lag behind. Leading the way is a wolf named Malo. For many of the teens who find their way here to Wolf Connection's Youth Empowerment Program.
Can I just go to this?
It is their
Yes.
last chance. They have been
It's
kicked
actually
out
a
of
good
school
website.
or have been in gangs or in and out of foster homes. When program leader Amanda Beer asks the kids for just one word to describe their strengths, those with the toughest exterior struggle, they fidget and giggle. Beer, the person's name is Beer. So
Just say Amanda.
I will say Amanda.
Amanda!
Amanda looks past the brims of baseball caps and scans their faces. The wolves never doubt themselves, she said. They always have their own back, and they also have each other's back. So let's hear, this is who I am, this is my strength. And a tall boy who has kept his eyes focused on the ground finally speaks softly, and he says, aggression, he says. At that moment, the wolves in the nearby compound begin to howl. The wolves often respond this way, and when they do, the teens sitting in the circle are respectfully silent. One of the teens, Charlie, explanation on, I guess Charlie's not his real name, they're saying. A knowing smile crosses his face. Sometimes a howl just to encourage us, just to show us you're not alone, he says. I've learned a lot from them and like how they deal with their traumas and stuff. Charlie has had his own share of trauma. When I was younger, my mom had a boyfriend. He said he was a pedophile. My mother first got with this person when I was around 5. Damn. Human-animal connection. When the kids listen to the stories of the wolves, they often hear their own stories, says person
Teo
named
Alfrio.
Teo Alfrio, founder of Wolf Connection. These wolves and wolf dogs come from abuse, neglect, and mistreatment. And the youth we serve come from abuse, neglect, mistreatment, and abandonment. The wolf Charlie gravitates to is Coda, who has been abused and chained to a pole as a roadside attraction in Alaska. And I feel how Coda feels, Charlie says. Damn. Over the course of the 8-week program, teens interact closely with the wolves and wolf dogs, forming a strong bond, according to Amanda. They begin to believe that if the wolves can heal, so can they. And they start standing up straighter, she says. They come in with a smile, maybe even a hug, or they just laugh and tell you a story. We watch them in transition. These positive social emotional outcomes were the subject of 2 studies conducted by Claremont Graduate University. They found that the teens grew self-reflection and insight, as well as the ability to open up and trust others. Researcher Piper Tarago says that as part of the evaluation, they also spoke with teachers who reported an increase in positive social behavior in the classroom, from turning in their homework and attending classes to reacting more appropriately to conflict. Near the end of the 2-month program, the group meets in a sharing circle for the last time. Strong Winds buffet the large canvas yurt where they gather, and inside the teens are sitting on folding chairs. Some of their stories come out in a rush, others in bits and pieces. The kids with the defiant bravado weeks earlier are quieter. Some have tears in their eyes, and an occasional yelp from a nearby wolf compound punctuates their voices. And they go through a couple of other stories of some of the individual kids that were affected by it. That's really cool. I remember we played a video a while back from a YouTube channel. I think it was from Great Big Story. That was the YouTube channel. Talking about veterans going to wolf conservation places, like veterans who have PTSD, and wolves helping them and stuff. So that's really cool. I guess wolves really relax people. Can confirm. I'm known to do that.
No.
I was gonna say, like,
You're not a wolf.
I'm a red wolf.
And it's coyote
See,
breeding
but they're
season.
not like really wolves.
And it is coyote breeding season. I will admit I am pretty horny.
I wish we could play the message that's on our answering machine right now about it warning people of coyote breeding season.
I could go
we have
Really?
microphones.
go grab the phone in the server room.
Yeah.
There's one.
We'll do it once we go on break and come back.
Yeah, we could do that. We are about an hour in. Do we want to take a break now?
Sure.
All right.
I
Cool.
think we should do one more article. One more.
All
But
right.
you don't want to like
I
a
was
break
gonna say-
right when it's like actually like feeling happy. I don't want to tell jokes yet.
I was gonna say whatever you want, but that's just like
Yeah,
you
'cause
know that's what
you're just about
that's what I'm gonna say
Anyway.
anyway.
I think it's a good time for a break because
Bottom of the burl.
I don't want to do jokes. I feel good.
What do you mean you don't want to do jokes?
Because this is like, I don't know.
Let's do a quick break. We'll do a quick break. Let's do it. I think we should do one.
Whatever
Just
you
get the
want.
thing ready.
Relax.
Whatever I want, apparently.
Whatever you
What
want.
if he wants to eat steak?
Okay, not that.
Why can't I eat steak?
I mean, never mind. It's okay.
Oh, is it okay now?
It's okay.
Whatever I want, right?
It's fine. Whatever you
Whatever I want.
Whatever you want.
Okay.
You're listening to FurCast.
Support for FurCast comes from Patreon users, including Shaman the Photon Wizard, Fayun, Energize the Wolf, Sweetie Darling, Barnaby Fox, Midnight Plasma, Parafen, A New Fox, Binary Pause, Fireline Coyote, Code Yax, Ren Yami the Mess, Tukiri, Lieutenant Fox, Doxy, Arceus the Tiny Tiger, Jake the Otter, Meru Snowmew, Jeb with an uppercase E and a lowercase L, D Otter, Ski Sharp, Nether Lynx, Josh the Kazoo, Frost Wolgon, Static the Scrap Goat, Taru the Yellow-Nosed Doggo, Archon the Four-Eyed Dragon, Jax the Husky, Gwen the Bat, aka Deep Moan, Zoopy Zo the Oreo Tiggy, Fuzzy the Fox, a certain horse, and Gaia Wellen.
Additional support comes from social media. Twitter users, Commander Wolf 3, Alpha Were Fox, Kazro Fox, XSS Fox, Cody Boopers, Demonic Vel, Drop Table Foxes, Dapper Panther, Jesse A. Carver, Cyrus SL, Mike Chrome Fox, the other Commander Wolf on Twitter at FurWolf99, Malactus on Twitter at Virtual Fox, Zelig on Twitter at Stealthy Dragon, 12 on Twitter at The Lion Thing, Shua on Twitter at Pulsing Panther, Coda Winter on Twitter at Dakota Wolf 12, and from YouTube channels, Hayu Martin, Joe G. Bear.
Additional support for FurCast comes from Devin D. Parlett in the Furry Hockey League at furryhockeyleague.com, Macrowolf at macrowolf.com, Shisha Sheppy, who's a good boy. Record not found in table Foxes with primary key Dark Fox DK. Harry Who Ink Pen Mouse at harrywho.com. Please stay out of the designated tar seating on public transport. This is a public service announcement by the Quadruped Care Foundation and Nadia Mayer. Silver Moonshine, fursuit maker and future pup you fur. Alec Gator 300 on Twitter, creating pixel arts and being a filthy hybrid since 2012. Tantru with World in Rue View, providing fandom news since 2015. Patty, who says what Socks says is true. Socks, who says what Patty says is not true. Nectris the Koi Dog Rogue, furry tabletop enthusiast since 2009. Saucy Fox, who says, I'm trash, raccoons HMU. Fishmeister Cod, still not a furry since February 2011. Sorcerer Dale, the Kilted Dragon, find me on Telegram as @SorcererDale. Fisk_Mac Taggart, on FA, will draw for food. Cody's Customs, specializing in gas and diesel truck builds. Max Shepard, who has been watching since the Bacon Felony. Little Sunshine and Scoo Taloo with the unofficial XBN Xbox app at patreon.com/horseapps. FurCast's #1 wimpy fan, Tyler the Wesky. Chris Dale, on FA, specializing in toonie art. I'm a couch and you can too. Find out more on Twitter @SignAutar. The Church of Iswar, worshipping lynx since the year Tuft. X the Fox, the real blue fox. Deal with it. Kumo, wishing everyone a :3 day. Super Dwarf with anthrolinks.net. Skycorp, creating transformative technologies for mature audiences at skycorp.global. Zoopy Zo, supporting Tim Tam Anonymous meetings. Disc Cookie, creating procedural beat maps for VR rhythm games. Karanos, who says circles are rubbish. Meds the Fox and Mississippi Anthropomorphics. Like our Facebook page at facebook.com/msanthro. Tekwin, TC Fox and Kaiwana of the Infosec Den in Wellington, New Zealand. Sylvan Scott on Fur Affinity with macro, micro, and hyperfiction stories. Shadowclaw Studios, check out our Facebook page for links to our gaming streams. The Feline Support Alliance. Mao for all, and all for Mao. It's okay. It's not bad. I'll take it. Jacket Airlines. We still and always will land on our feet. Silver Gatoman at patreon.com/Silver Gatoman. Cheetah Paws. For a daily dose of bulgy arts, support him at patreon.com/Cheetah Paws.
And a very special thanks to Blaze Fusky. Support for FurCast comes from Patreon, PayPal, and from listeners like you. To become a patron and learn more about supporting FurCast, visit furcast.fm/donate.
This is XBN.
This is XBN.
This is FurCast on XBN. Coming up next is a track from last night's show. We do have a music show that we run. You can get links to it on the FurCast website. And I did kind of like a little DJ mix set thing with a couple different tracks, and this was one of them. It's called Silicone Lube, and it's by Feed Me. Absolutely love this one. And of course, the track before was a cover of Ghost and Stuff. All good stuff. Anyway, join chat, furcast.fm/chat. Be there.
Internet radio by a bunch of crazy animal people. This is XBN.
In the door, been on a tour, lost in time, not been here before. I mean, I've seen all sorts of things, but I'm sure a pub at the beginning of the end had me floored. From outside it looks sort of Tudor, but from another angle it could be from the future. Can't work out if it's bricks or made out of computers, but I can hear music inside. How super! I'm new to time travel and it is a bit lonely. Thrown me all over, maybe someone can show me how to get home or how to get Jeffrey. I step in, even I'm impressed. See, there's plenty of travelers all getting messy. Let me get these, we're all getting ready. The band's coming on, they look like they might rock. Here where the travellers come on a night off. It's the in at the end of time, time for a pint, all welcome fine. All time travellers are friends of mine. Everybody in at the end of the line. The in at the end of time, time for a pint, all welcome fine. All time travellers are friends of mine. Everybody in at the end of the line. It's our pleasure to introduce a super group with new music for you. Romana on percussion, Morlock on a sousaphone, Jules Verne on flute, Isaac Newton looking right at home. Hitchhikers been guided here, Vikings and pirates sip finest beer, with Kang in competition imbibing by the gallons, while live and on stage it's the Wild Stallions. Time bandits decide to throw food. Ted Theodore Logan is like, whoa dude. And I haven't eaten since later this afternoon. I grab what I can and then dance like a loon. Hey! It's a party starter, barman get me a pan-galactic gargle blaster. Oh, and then it really gets trippy.
I think he might have slipped me a Mickey.
It's the in at the end of time, time for a pint, all welcome fine. All time travellers are friends of mine. Everybody in at the end of the line. The in at the end of time, time for a pint, all welcome fine. All time travellers are friends of mine. Everybody in at the end of the line.
Go back into time. Looking back like a time machine.
Let's travel at magnificent speeds around the universe.
Go back. Way back. Time traveling.
It's getting rowdy, a Yankee holding court, arguing with a couple of chrononauts, and Sam Beckett's a little bit new in here. Spill drinks on Doc Brown, doing cheers. Get another round, order new beers. It's truly weird, every night's New Year's. No day after, there can't be hangovers. In no time at all, there's nobody here sober. It's getting dicey, nobody knows who gave Gary Sparrow that bloody nose. Is there a doctor in the house? Oh, there's 9 or 10, 11. The barman shouts, time. And I shout, no there's not. And more came pouring in. Time bandits joyriding a DeLorean crashed into a TARDIS. Zaphod Beeblebrock shouts,
Party's over, someone called the time cops.
Welcome back. You guys are listening to FurCast on XBN. And, yeah. That's pretty much it. I think that's the end of the music break. It's up to you guys who wants to do an article or something next. I think Pharaoh probably had one.
I feel like you guys are still very tall.
We are very tall. We're standing up.
You're not that tall.
Yeah, everyone who meets you says like,
I'm
oh,
short,
I thought he would be taller, and then they meet you, and then it's like, oh.
It's okay. I'm short, and I'm short in suit, so I'm shorter in suit.
So
you look shorter in suit, like you do.
Really?
He looks shorter in suit.
He does look shorter in suit somehow.
Like, I don't know why.
Maybe it's the ears.
Everyone else gets taller when they get into a fursuit. I look shorter.
You look like... Not to be mean, but you kind of look like a short, angry fox, and you're just like, I'm walking around.
He shrinks.
You got that kind of march to you.
You do have a march
you
to you,
kind
too.
of march around, yeah. Anyway, I'm 5'6", which is 167 centimeters.
I'm 5'5", so I'm shorter.
You are 5'5", which is 165 centimeters.
I'm short.
Instead of 167. Oh, it's actually 168. It rounds up.
Ooh.
Yeah.
See,
Wow, you're taller.
See, that's how come we have to go.
That's why we have to go to metric. So
I have to be a little bit taller by like a centimeter.
Oh.
He's got to be taller. How much is 6'2"?
Shut up. Shut up.
That is 187 centimeters.
You're too tall.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's 187.9, so it's 188.
Yeah, I'm taller. in
No,
metric
he
as
can
well.
round down.
He can round down.
He's allowed to round down.
Tall people round down, short people round up.
Yep.
All right. Should we move this table down? And then sit down, and then you can read
Only
an
if
article.
you
Unless you want to read an
want
article
to.
standing, you can. It's up to you. I'm going to assume no.
Nah.
No.
Yeah.
He said no. It does feel a bit out of place when you do that. All right, so let me get news music.
Escucho.
What kind of music do we want?
I just wanted to hear that noise again.
Boom, 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 boom.
Boom, 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 boom.
Okay, I got some
So
stuff.
good.
Go ahead, Farrell.
So I got 2 weird stories.
Awesome.
Man's body found inside mall at woman's bathroom.
Wait, inside mall? Inside mall?
Inside mall, inside a wall, in a woman's bathroom.
Oh.
Wall.
It's the
Wait,
mall wall.
what was his what found?
Body.
Oh,
dead.
God.
He died peeping.
Peeping.
That's assuming a little bit, but okay.
Okay, but like what?
Do you remember the one article where the guy like bit someone's ear off in an airport? Like we.
Oh, yeah, we determined that was like time travel, right? We were like, that is the only answer. Like, this article was insane that we read.
When's it this was time travel? When's if he just warped into like this place and it was like, fuck, I'm in a wall, and then like, it's fucked up time travel.
Okay. Fine.
This was a beautiful forest once. Let me more of the future.
Imagine that, like, if you traveled back, like, in the past, like, you were, like, super far in the future, and then you just, like, get stuck somewhere, and you're like, this is my life now. For all of, like, the 2 weeks that's left of it, I'm just gonna sit here. And you can't move, so you can't, like, do whatever it took to...
I feel like if you were a time traveler, you'd probably have a cyanide capsule with you.
Yeah, but you're stuck in a wall, like, you can't move. For some reason, you can breathe, but that's neither here nor there. You can't move your arms or legs, you're just stuck. Imagine, like, the worst place that can be.
An anus.
I said worst.
An anus.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Well, I mean, like, if you're like in an anus, you're big enough that you're gonna be like.
Oh, Scout the Sheba in chat says they're 5'3", and they're upset that we were saying we were short. You know, it's great. I love
You're not that much shorter.
I love
than
when
me,
I
though.
meet a short furry and they're like a what's the little short dog? The corgi. They're like a corgi and they're
Corgis
short.
are mean.
And corgis are bitchy.
They're
There's also a clown
dogs,
with bladed
but they're
gloves,
mean.
murders man and escapes on a scooter.
Why do you have so much violent? You know what? You choose.
Yeah, can I just say that there's a few people, and by the way, I don't ever mean to make anybody feel bad about sending us stuff, but there's a few people who will try to send me things, and they'll be like, hey, Paradox, it's like Florida Man, you'll like this, and then they link me to it, and it'll be like, man in Florida, like gets pissed about this thing, like murders his neighbor's children, and I'm like, no, we're not reading that. Like, we're not here to laugh at people dying for the most part.
I mean, it's kids. They're not people. Make it worse for you. Refreshing.
No. Of all the adjectives.
Like, seeing the disappointment on his face is always refreshing to me.
Mine?
No, his.
Oh, yeah.
I just have to look, and it's just.
Can I just say that I don't like having both of you on because when you both laugh in sync, and it's really annoying.
Jesus, stop it!
Yeah.
You guys have the same laugh.
You guys have like the same laugh. Like it fucking clips the waveform. The compressor can't handle it.
I'm sorry.
It bothers me.
Just the two of us.
Having to adjust things. I have to calibrate around your laugh. Freaking. Yeah, you guys laughing is just a square wave. Like, it's, yeah.
I enjoy this.
So good.
I don't like that you laugh in sync. It bothers me a lot.
Don't stop. Just stop. See?
Okay,
Just don't.
What are we
don't.
reading? Do you have an article?
Choose one of those two.
Oh my gosh, what is this clown one? What the heck?
He put a lot of ones about dicks too. So
No, it's not about.
no, he put ones about dicks too.
Yeah, there's the gay one from New York City, and
Yeah.
there's the Dan Savage's Hump Tour, which teaches straight dudes that realistic gay and lesbian porn is actually hot.
That needs teaching? I guess there is a lot of really shitty gay porn. Ha.
Ew.
It's funny because both of them are describing the same videos.
No, I don't know. There is a lot of... See, I guess that's weird because, like, I follow very little human porn, and whenever I do appreciate human porn, it's usually not the traditional stuff. Like, I don't mind, like, photos or, like, I don't know. But, like, there is some, like Helix, for instance, just to pick at one. They do things where it'll be, like, for instance, two of the models are actually boyfriends, and they make these videos called, like, I don't think they're called unscripted, I forget what it is, but instead of being, like, filmed or being, like cinematic or whatever, it's literally just a video of these two guys who actually love each other, like, having a good time. And it'll be, like a GoPro, like, mounted on the ceiling or whatever. And it's, like... I can
like that.
Exactly. Like, I can appreciate that because it's not like overdoing anything. It's not making a crazy plot bullshit. It's just simply, like, it's actually genuine, like stuff happening. So I don't know. There's some. I could kind of see that you'd have to explain gay porn to people who don't know that it's. Yeah. I don't know.
It's a couple funny YouTube videos like about awful gay porn acting.
There's bad acting.
I know there's
Have
bad
you
acting,
seen
but,
some
like,
straight porn?
honestly?
They're, like,
Well,
there's
he
porn of
hasn't
all
because he
kinds.
hasn't seen
Like
Vagina.
like last week was his first time seeing vagina. So obviously he's not watched
And
any
it was
straight
like
porn.
it was like spread eagle. It was scary.
He's not seen a vagina anywhere.
Really?
No, I
Wow.
haven't.
So you lost your platinum status. You're now just a gold star gay.
No,
no.
no.
That's not how
He
gold.
hasn't touched it.
Are we about to go into gold
No.
star gay
No,
status?
the platinum is you're a
Platinum?
C-section and you never touched
Oh,
the vagina.
that's right. You never touched
It's not.
it.
I've
CJ.
never seen one.
It's not a scene. It's not about
CJ's
scene.
not a platinum gay anymore.
I've never
No.
touched one. I'm still.
CJ's not
I'm
even a
still
golden
gold.
gay.
CJ like licked somebody's tits once, didn't he?
Yeah.
It's done a lot more than that. So I mean,
Golden gay is
golden gay.
You were born
That's the
normal.
golden gay bridge.
Born normal, but you've never.
You've never done anything with a vagina.
Yeah.
That's golden gay.
That's me.
Yeah. I've lost all of that status.
How?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I'm a filthy bisexual.
Yeah. What?
But can you be more bi?
Can you be more?
We
bi-
had that debate once. Can you be more bi than somebody else?
Like you just keep, everyone has a competition where they keep the ratio.
Think about that for a
I think
second.
if you keep the ratio at 50-50,
Yeah,
you're more bi.
Like
Yeah.
a perfect like.
Like
yeah.
you have like a list, and you're like, well, I just had sex with this guy. I
wait
gotta
a
have
minute.
sex with the girl next.
No. Because who you have sex with has nothing to do with your orientation.
True.
So is it people you've dated then?
No,
No.
because that has nothing to do with your orientation.
Then how do you know your ratio? How do you keep your rate?
it has
50.
to do. You have to prove that you are 50-50 attracted.
Maybe you're just like attracted to both. Like you're just perfectly like, I can take a dick, I can take a vagina. I don't care.
But
They're
if
both
you're having
great.
Take a
bisex, it's
vagina.
bisexual, right?
I don't think you take a vagina.
I'm gay.
I
You
would
can't-
say you could be.
Can you explain it in the tags of E621?
Explain it
What?
in the tags of E621.
So using
How can you
already
be-
tags or just using like the idea of
existing
just tags?
How can a character be more bi than another character?
Huh.
Extreme bi.
Can if you're like the extreme bi, can you have like the symbol of like a scale that's like perfectly like level? So it's like a picture of like
But
the
is that
level.
extreme?
So you're extreme. So you're always
No, that's
perfect.
that's pretty bi.
Yeah. But that's very what? What's extreme bi? Is it different?
People are saying pansexual, but no, I don't think so.
Pan is like if you
Pan means that you are attracted to people you are emotionally.
Yeah.
Pan means your sexual orientation follows your emotional.
Emotions.
I thought that was Demi.
no.
No, I think.
I've always remembered as pan as like I'm interested in this person because they're interesting.
Yeah, that's Demi.
No, let's see.
What got us on this topic?
No, I'm reading I'm on asexuality.org reading. But who you have sex with though has nothing to do with your orientation. You could be asexual or you could be asexual
How?
or straight and have sex.
I was
with
gonna
a
say,
guy.
I don't think asexual people have sex.
Yeah, they do.
They can.
Yeah, they do. There are
They
asexual
can.
people. They don't experience attraction towards people over sex in a lot of cases.
I have a friend that's actually ace, and he talks to me often. It's you don't
And obviously
understand the appeal. You don't understand anything about it. You don't feel like aroused.
Porn's
by
not going to turn you on, but like you might, for instance, masturbate and get off to the feeling of it.
It
depends
a
on-
lot
it
of
depends on
a
the
lot of
asexual
ace
person.
people don't even masturbate.
It depends on the
No,
asexual.
They do. It's less about the feeling. It's more just getting away the temptation, like of just having.
No, they don't have the temptation.
It depends on the asexual.
That is also true.
Jeez.
People are different, and they all have different
people
things.
are different and like different things.
What got us on this topic?
I've just stopped talking because
So I said more by, and you guys went into some philosophical fucking conversation.
I was just saying, like, yep.
You know what? Why don't you read the Naked Dating Show?
I don't want to read the Naked Dating Show because I want to.
You like the penises in it. Read the Naked Dating
I'm
Show.
good. I don't want to.
Read the Naked Dating Show.
Well, this random person in this random forum says that demisexual is the
This
emotional
random
connection
person
one.
in this random forum.
That says that demisexual is emotional.
I get
and
all of my facts from forums.
Pansexual is basically bisexual, just not adhering to binaries. Which, okay, I guess.
Nico.
I don't know.
I need music.
Oh, you have an article?
I guess.
Oh, you're going before Pharaoh?
I guess
You're going before Pharaoh?
Yes.
Yes, he bullied me into it.
Bully.
You realize the dating show in which women and men shop for dicks is amazing, right? Because you shop for dicks.
Wait, what?
And you know, like most dating shows, like, oh, what's your personality? This one literally is just like
shop for dicks.
You see,
I would
you don't
say
see
you
anything
should
else.
show
You
it.
see their dicks and their ass.
I would say
and
you
you're
should
like,
show it, but it
I'd go on a
literally
date for that ass.
It's just dicks. Also,
You could pull it up if you want.
There's probably we as furries, we have better dicks to look at than any of the dicks in that database, I guarantee you.
It's not a database. It's
a show.
It's a TV show.
That airs where?
British.
UK.
Oh,
Yeah,
in the UK.
just let me.
Okay.
Just let me.
Just let me.
Just like,
You may have
Just
seen
don't, and then just let me.
it, and let me.
The two motivational phrases of tonight. Just don't, and just let me.
Okay, I have an idea though with this. Okay, it's this show where you judge people's genitals, but you can only use the terms that judges on fursuit dance competitions use. Things like, oh, you need to show to the audience more. Well, you need to use the floor more, or like, oh, your motion is really good, but you need to work with your I
How
don't
do
know.
you use the floor when you're just showing off your penis?
I don't know.
Like you have to like
The landscape.
You got it. Oh,
The landscape.
oh. I thought like you had to do like a split, like show like, this is how you teabag the floor.
Floor wars.
Just play music so I can read. You may have seen a clip going around Twitter this week in which a British woman stands in front of 6 sets of male genitalia and elevates them.
Evaluates.
Okay, I can't read.
yeah.
Evaluates
Slap
the
you.
meat.
Do it. Right here, cheek.
I don't want to.
He
You
likes that.
gotta
No,
deserve
do it.
He likes it. Don't
Do
hit
it.
him. He likes it. Don't do it.
I don't want to break
Okay.
Don't do it. He likes it.
it. He flinched.
No, go.
Don't do it. You're just appeasing his abusive tastes.
I
I feel bad.
I win.
Okay,
don't
so
feel bad.
really quick, there's an I'm not gonna show it, but there's an image on the screen, and this woman is judging this guy, and we're gonna listen to the audio.
Balls, nice shape there. They are smooth, which I like. I like smooth balls because they are easier to suck on.
Right.
Suck on.
Blue, do you like your balls to be sucked? Oh, he likes to suck.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Oh, he has to give
Should
like
we
a
have
thumbs up.
orange?
I like orange.
In terms of penis, that's quite a prominent shape going on there.
Yeah, I'm liking the helmet.
In
Because
terms
there's
of
something
penis-
that I don't like, and it's called a dolphin dick, where you have no difference between the helmet and the shaft, so it's all one smooth penis.
dolphin
I like the
dick.
helmet to have a bit of a rib there.
Orange has got that mushroom.
Got that mushroom, that's good.
Where should we go?
So we're
I just don't want to read anymore because that's that's the article.
The dolphin dick.
The dolphin dick. I really can't read because like all this is literally that exactly what that just said. I like smooth balls, but they're easier to suck on.
It is literally just like the lower torso, part of the lower torso, and like everything, the crotch and lower legs and everything, and that's all they see, and they have to judge it.
To be fair, there are lesbians that judge like women's like everything. So it's not just about the dicks. So it's equal opportunity nudity.
Dude, whoever is ready.
Equal opportunity nudity.
Equal opportunity.
I like equal opportunity nudity.
I did too.
Continue reading. I want you to read it.
There's nothing else to say. Everything else is
No,
like,
read it. I want to hear you.
There's really not
I want
much
you to
else.
say it.
Do you want me just to read what that she just wrote?
Yes.
Okay, I'll read what she said, and everything else is just what we just said. I like smooth balls because they're easier to suck on, she says, sizing up one guy's junk. Regarding another dick, I'm liking the helmet because there's something that I don't like. And it's called dolphin dick, where you have no difference between the helmet and the shaft. So it's all just one smell of the penis.
It seems weird.
Dolphin dick?
Yeah.
I mean, have you seen a dolphin dick?
No, I've not seen enough dicks to know that there was even a thing called a dolphin dick.
I've never heard of this.
I mean, I just know that there's what dolphin penises look like. Thank you, furry.
But it's not a dolphin penis.
I know, but I don't know how she knows what a dolphin dick is.
It's saying that it's a one smooth penis tube.
That's what dolphin dicks look like.
They're also prehensile.
Yes, they are. They're like fingers.
Grabbed by a dolphin dick.
What?
Grabbed by a dolphin dick.
Ew.
Like it's not its hand. It's something just wraps around your arm. You think it's a tentacle. And then you learn.
Maybe if you were just really into tentacle porn.
But that's not tentacle. That's dolphin dick.
All right, let's move on.
Continue reading.
Oh,
There's really nothing else.
No,
to
it's
read.
right afterwards. There's the whole article part of it. Like literally, you have to scroll down. Like you just read the one section.
It comes from a British TV dating show called Naked Attraction, which debuted on the UK's Channel 4 in 2016, somewhat sensationally. Okay. The clip above is amusing, but hardly outstanding on a show that is never less than cheeky. There's so many puns. Like, I like puns. And people like think I love puns. I do kind of. I'm an appreciator.
You love puns, and I hate you for it.
Pretty much, yeah. But
this article is perfect for you. Just continue reading.
Too much.
Nope.
You need like one per paragraph, not like one per sentence.
You cheeky bastard.
Cheeky about its outrageousness. Host Anne Richardson refers to Naked Attraction as the show where you can find love in your birthday suit any day of the year. And in the intro explains, we like to start when we like to start when a good date ends naked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
The premise literally reduces people to body parts. Over the course of 3 rounds, 6 contestants are revealed from the bottom up, which one being eliminated on site each round by the person one of them will eventually go out on a date with. Richardson talks them through it rather colorfully. Vagina! Talk to me.
Talk to me.
It's vagina with an exclamation point, so you gotta say it with. I think
there was a commercial about vaginas talking, and it was really creepy.
Can we move on?
Feed me, Seymour.
I'm not.
She said, coax out the vag critique from a woman who was looking to date women on a recent episode. So basically, just it's a big crop of penises and.
To be clear, I think I don't have any problem with the show. I think it's great.
It's funny.
Because you never know what you're gonna get in a date.
I don't think it's very realistic. I just think it's hey, you want good sex?
It's kind of
good sex.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
And that's about it.
That's about it.
Well, no, when you go on a date, you might find someone that's very attractive personality-wise, but you just don't like everything that's going on down below.
I would rather date someone I got along with.
I prefer each, which is why I have many people in my life.
Neat.
You guys also don't go out in the dating scene. Neither do I, but I'm saying from people.
Well, you're married, so
I'd hope
the most that you get to dating is choosing a new toy.
It's my date for the evening.
I mean, it's not far off. You're like, ooh, a new one.
So true. You get to choose your partner's parts.
Well, they're semi-open, I think.
So you can decide like
Part
new
replacement.
things. You could be like, oh, I want different, so you get like a new toy.
It's like a Mr. Potato Head, but with the dick.
Well, sex ruins for me again.
He's gonna get you a Mr. Potato Head dildo. It's like a dildo, but like the head of the penis just has.
Okay, I'm sorry. You're
Potato
You're gonna
Head.
be with your wife, and it's just gonna be like, so I don't know. What do you think about tonight? And you're gonna be like, no, not in the mood. And she's gonna be like, why not?
What's
and
wrong?
you're gonna be like, episode 318 of FurCast.
Mr. Potato Head.
Skip to hour what? 1 hour and 50 minutes in.
It is going to be 1 hour, 35 minutes, and 30 seconds is where we're at right now.
Okay.
Not too bad.
So yeah, very close.
Just the judgmental. Yeah. Okay, that's that article.
So yeah,
They judge butts too. So if you like butts, some butts are better than other butts.
I would rate the fourth butt as best butt on there.
On that one?
1, 2.
Like if you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, I'd say that one's probably the best butt.
Or the one right below it.
That one? I don't know.
Hold on. I'll be a judge.
Or the one to the bottom left. I don't know. It depends.
No.
The fourth butt is like pretty cute.
Yeah. I don't know.
The one below it's not bad.
So
I
why
think
don't you?
the third butt is probably
So
the worst.
now I'm
butt.
gonna make you guys do it. Judge the penises.
Judge the dicks? Okay. All right.
Judge the dicks.
I have to close all of my research about demisexuality. Where was it? There it is. I can open it again. All right. That's the video. There we go.
So now you gotta judge the dicks. They're color coded. There's a green, purple, red, yellow, blue, and orange.
I'm gonna go with the yellow. But actually, the reason I'm going with it, see, I can't really judge dicks because I'm not really a top.
I was gonna say you're.
Or, sorry, I'm not a bottom. I'm a top.
I'm not really a top.
So
Yeah, me either.
So let's
Paradox.
talk to the bottom. The bottom.
So I'm just gonna describe what's in this image. What it is
Penises.
they have like these little shades that kind of have like a Gaussian blur effect to them. You think of them like, you know how you guys like some shower doors, like you can kind of see light through them, but they're all blurry. It's kind of like that, and they've got those hung over this row of guys. I'm actually looking at the blurry shape above that line, and that's actually how I'm judging what I'm interested in, because that's
No,
what I
that's
care
you're not
about.
judging the penises. You gotta judge
I would
penises.
still pick.
He's a top.
I would still pick.
He's a top. He doesn't.
I would still pick this one.
He looks like he would have the cutest butt.
Yeah.
Because he does look like he would have the cutest butt.
Yep. And I like the upper torso shape. Looks like it's what I like. So.
Yeah.
You can't even do that right. Judge the penises. Well, I don't really look at the penis.
Well, I'm a fucking. You're asked the wrong.
See, everyone's listening
You're
to this,
asking
and
a
we're
wolf.
just standing here. We've been sitting here for what, like 3 minutes? I'm just kind of looking at the penises like,
Can we?
And no one
I would
can
either
see
go
this.
green or blue.
Greener. Really?
I was liking blue.
I like both. They're both pretty good.
I don't know. Blue's kind of got the little stance.
Purple
and I like
needs
that.
to landscape a little bit more.
No, I like blue. He's got the stance.
He's got the stance.
He's got his hands on
Green
his
kind of
hips.
looks like
That's,
he's just waiting for
very-
it to be over.
Red
But red looks like he's just like
is killing it, dude.
Red is like I want.
Red looks like a bottom in hiding, though.
Yeah.
It's a really small penis for red, though.
Yeah, really
But
small.
he'd be a grower, not a shower.
He's got the wide stance.
See, that's the thing. Like,
your eyes just like.
Can I say the other thing that bothers me is that most of these aren't shaved, and I prefer shaven. And the
Yeah.
one guy was shaven, but I wish that there was an option where you could see them all.
Shaved or not shaved.
Not only that.
Like the preliminary round is where they're not shaved.
Yeah. By the way, Paradox, if you scroll down and you looked at the the next video or 2 videos down, you actually could see the guy that you were looking at.
I know, and isn't he the like really cute one?
Yeah, he was actually in the bottom 3.
Yeah. But the thing is, I feel also keep in mind it's women.
Oh,
judging,
green one. Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh no, purple.
Purple.
I can't tell.
Good color.
I don't know, but not only that, but also it'd be better if they were erect.
Oh, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I know it would be better if it was.
It would be
erect.
way better if they were erect, because then you actually know what you're getting.
Red and yellow, I feel like they don't even have balls.
Yeah. Well, some people actually their balls like tuck a lot
This
harder.
image is also fairly low quality.
That too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be nice if there was like
Maybe it was cold in the room.
It actually probably was.
It's like they have an audience play along, or there's like an app and you can zoom in on the contestants. the popular vote gets to stay in if they get voted.
Enhance.
Yeah.
Enhance.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You would never have this show in America.
Oh God, no.
Someone
Nope.
says Naked Attraction is a good show.
I believe it.
It seems like it's kind of a funny. Yeah, I don't have any problem with the show.
Funny, like you like stay up with your friends, and it's like
And you watch it, and
midnight,
yeah.
you're like. You're chilling on the couch, eating pizza, drinking Hawaiian punch.
But it's also- it's
that's
also-
what we 18-year-olds do because we cannot drink.
It's also sex positive, though, in my opinion. It's very like, yeah, we're literally going to judge people by their attractiveness so that they can have sex. Who cares? Like, I love it. I think that's great. I don't know, but it's no thanks.
Oh, British TV does not like erect cocks. It's okay if they're flaccid.
Oh, okay, that's dumb. I mean, I don't think you can even show. You can show breasts in certain cases here, but I don't think. Can you show frontal nudity?
No, not really.
On live television, I don't think you can.
No.
Yeah, I know on like Showtime and HBO, you can
Yes.
a little bit.
No, I mean, you
like-
can show as much as you want on HBO.
They
and-
usually don't, though. It's usually just breasts.
They usually don't because they know who's watching.
Yeah. I think all of those rules are dumb, but anyway.
It's dumb.
Well, even porn on TV doesn't have. You can't show frontal
That's so fucking dumb.
in America. You can't show penetration.
Even if it's on demand?
Yeah.
Really?
I had on demand can do whatever they
Yeah,
want.
can't on demand do
as
whatever
far
it
as
wants.
long as it's legal. Like,
I mean,
they're not
obviously-
showing like anything that's like
I mean,
too
on demand
risque.
is essentially just accessing a file on a server, so it's just like the internet at that point.
Yeah.
So why does it matter?
America?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of places that have dumb rules. I mean, look at Japan's weird censorship stupid rule where, like, if content is sold in
that
certain
was a
cases-
thing. It's not a thing anymore. People just like it. Like people just like the aesthetic of it now.
Why?
And you missed my joke. I said to Samuel Ronan, I said, British TV does not allow erect cocks on screen. I was like, yeah, because they're all in Parliament.
Oh. You know what's funny is you can't make jokes about, or you can't
show video footage.
You can't show video footage for comedy on with that too. Yeah, that's that law. I remember that one.
We need to like pull up Parliament more often on our shows, just because.
So that FurCast can get blocked in the UK. We're not even blocked in China.
Wow.
No, we're not. There's people in China who listen to the show. Yeah.
Impressive.
There's also a website that it's a internal server in China that you can use to check stuff, and I've checked it, and we're not blocked. So, yet.
Yet.
And of course, you can get around it. But anyway.
So a clown murdered a man with murder gloves.
Yeah, I was seeing that article.
Do we want to read that article? Doesn't sound like it's.
That escapes in a scooter. It went down in downtown Denver, Colorado, at a Torchy's Tacos. I don't know. We have people that from Colorado. Listen, is Torchy Tacos good? Is it like the Taco Bell of Colorado?
We have Mighty Taco. But...
Isn't Taco Bell like a national thing?
Well, actually, a quick question for you guys. We have Mighty Taco here. Do you guys eat it anymore? Because I kind of haven't had it in a while.
I haven't had it.
It kind of died for
I
me.
haven't had it unless friends have recommended.
I haven't had it in a very long time.
I've never chosen myself to go, hey, let's go to Mighty Taco.
Like the closest Mighty, well, not the closest, but the closest from my old house.
Oh, no.
It was like right next to a Moe's, so I'm like, I'll just go to Moe's.
Okay, so there's an article from The Sun, which, by the way, is Rupert Murdoch bullshit. So, apologies. They have an article that says, hard viewing, TV ban on showing erect willies set to be dropped under new guidelines.
Erect willies.
That is the most...
I love, it reminds me of, when people are in Family Feud and they go out of their way to make some weird nickname for, a penis. And then on the board, it's literally just, penis. That's fun. Man parts, his junk. It's always in,
Oh my god, and there's a rumor that the angle that determines whether it's erect is whether it's at the same angle of a particular island. But it's a rumor, that's not true. Mull of Kintry? I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Angle of an island.
Yeah, it's a myth that's what it is. The urban legend has been circulating for years that BBFC uses the Mull of Kintry test to judge whether a penis can be used. Well, that's not true. That is ridiculous. Ha, get it? Don't ding, please.
I nope.
Emails.
I know. I was reading the emails.
Yeah, can we move on to emails?
We can do eco-friendly drug dealers want you to buy their coke in reusable containers to help the environment.
Let's do something positive, okay?
That is positive.
I'm done. I'm done with these people.
We're helping the environment with our drug use.
So once again, just like I said last week, if anyone has like a room or a
No,
house
no,
open,
Reduce,
please.
reuse, recycle.
Null Kintyre, I believe is how it's pronounced. Somebody corrected me.
At least the drug dealers are eco-friendly.
How are drug dealers eco-friendly and fucking right-wing people in our country can't be eco-friendly?
Because it doesn't make them money.
I mean, it does, though. I mean, you're still selling the drugs. You're just reusing the containers.
I know, but it doesn't make
you bring your
them
own
money.
container.
People showing up with their Tupperware.
Well, we don't want to pollute the ocean with our bags of heroin.
My dime bags are just littering our streets. We need to do something about this.
You got people showing up. It's like the fill your own container at 7-Eleven. People just bring in random containers.
You get a 10% discount if you use your own container.
So which emails do you want?
Well, here's 6 syringes, but I'm going to have to give you a surcharge for needing a plastic bag.
I'm reading this one before we go on because I have to.
All right.
There are a few moral conundrums drug dealers have to brush off for their line of work.
Just a few.
But the environment apparently is no longer one of them.
Kaiwana Jets is just reuse the needle. Don't reuse the needle.
Okay, but not the needle.
Just don't. Remember.
Yeah, just
don't.
Just don't.
2018 was the year we all became obsessed with plastic, or rather a desire to get rid of it. Inspired by the devastating scenes in the Blue Planet 2 images of seahorses riding Q-tips and stories of whales washing up with 6 kilograms, 13 pounds of plastic in their stomachs, we as a society decided that it was time to get our act together and tackle the plastic crisis currently choking our oceans. One that could see seas with more plastic than fish by 2050 if we're not careful. In response, countries and cities including India, the UK, and Seattle.
My favorite country.
That's the best country of all.
Best country in the world.
Seattle.
Best country in America.
Where do you live? I live in the country of Seattle.
It's the best country in America.
It is, though. It is. There's a lot of furries there. It's very leftist.
I love how that's what makes it the best, is that there are a lot of furries
Yeah,
there.
seriously. What is it? India, the UK, and Seattle?
India, the UK, and Seattle.
Okay. I don't even know why that's so funny.
Have announced bans on single-use plastic bags, single-use plastic straws, and in some cases, single-use plastic full stop.
Just Seattle.
Just Seattle.
Just Seattle.
There has been so much attention given to the cause of late that Collins Dictionary even awarded single-use Word of the Year in November.
That's 2 words.
Single-use.
What?
The Word of the Year.
The word of the year. Single use.
That is the most. That is the most libtard shit I have heard in a long time. Seattle. Country of Seattle. Word of the year.
Word of the year.
Single use. That is the most libtard shit I have heard in a long time. Like, that is so bad.
It's hyphenated.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, God.
Doesn't matter.
Just 2 words.
Did the person who wrote this article, think about this at all? Did it cross their mind when they were writing this? God.
That's why you have to proofread things.
Now it appears the Birmingham drug dealers are in on the action.
The country of Birmingham has just joined in the drug cartels.
According to the reports in the metro, some of the city's dealers are making valiant efforts to package their goods in reusable containers to appear more eco-friendly.
That is such a... This could only happen in Seattle. It's like
so ridiculous.
Seattle is so left.
The country of Seattle.
The country of Seattle.
The country of
The
Seattle.
country of
Long
Seattle.
may it rain.
Yeah.
Rain.
It rained.
Unintentional puns! I'm so happy.
Oh my God. Long may it rain. Fucking Seattle.
That needs to be the word of the day for Seattle.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
This means that instead of the bog standard baggie or the cling wrap film, customers in Birmingham, UK will be able to pick up their drugs in plastic vials which can then be washed and refilled.
Okay.
So it's like the milkman, but with drugs. You take your six-pack.
It's the drug man.
Oh, God, I got my weed.
Oh, this is the drop-off box for my drug man.
They got like little like carrying things for like
They
all the
have,
vials.
the dealers have like specific uniforms and little bikes that go ding ding. They pick up the bottles at the night. Well then.
Not everyone sees the point. One cocaine user in Birmingham.
One cocaine user.
Who would like to remain anonymous.
For reasons unspecified.
Yeah, for unspecified reasons, would like to remain anonymous.
Oh my goodness. Why is this article a thing?
How did they get that person? We need someone that's done cocaine to do a statement for us.
Yeah, excuse me, what do you think about the environment?
I thought it was gonna be like weed because that would actually make sense. Because like usually for like hippies, if they do like a fuck ton of weed and they can be hippies.
Did you
like,
really think this wouldn't be about like cocaine?
I didn't know it was gonna be about cocaine. Most people don't cocaine don't like care about anything except getting more cocaine. That's all they care about.
Protect your environment.
All they want is more cocaine.
The person's like, give me my drugs, and he's like,
it's
do you have your reusable vial?
I need it back.
Or there's gonna be a 10-cent charge.
Why is this a thing?
Start getting membership rewards.
The environment.
cards.
Think about the environment, Nico. People do a lot of drugs. A lot of plastic is generated. We are saving so many environmentalists.
We're saving their lives somehow.
Just the environment.
From the stress. Because now they can do their cocaine.
So now if somebody dies of a fucking overdose, you're gonna be like, oh,
They're just gonna get recycled.
He's
giving back to the earth.
He was a recycler.
Bury him in the backyard, and then we can make a tree out of him.
Oh God.
Oh my goodness.
Make a tree out of it.
That's a thing.
I just imagine the
I
people
know
who
it
want to
is.
be green like start doing drugs to be a part of this or something.
I can do drugs
Not
now.
everyone sees the point. One cocaine user in Birmingham told the Metro that he thought his dealer was joking when he was handed a gram of cocaine in a plastic pod. I thought he was joking, he said.
That's so redundant.
But he was dead serious. He reckoned they used so many plastic baggies and paper, and a reusable container would be easier than wrapping up individual wraps and help the environment, he said.
Just don't.
I don't think that one works here.
Mackerel
Just
says
don't drugs.
recycle yourself. No.
I told him I was not bothered by the environment, and surely cocaine itself can't be that eco-friendly, but he reckoned he had a load of hipster customers and they loved it.
I can't say. I have a problem with that because I don't think a cocaine user would be that like articulate and like that perfectly like. Well, I don't think. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like,
Cocaine is the rich white man's drug.
not always. Well, I guess meth is. I guess it's dirty cousin. So, meth is more like the dirty one.
I mean, keep in mind, some people who do drugs are like well put together people. I mean, it's a health problem, not a criminal problem.
Yeah,
but
I mean, meth kind of fucks you up. So,
well, meth is addictive. I don't know if cocaine is addictive.
I'm pretty. Yeah, it is. It is.
I don't know. I've never been around people who use, or I've never used, so I can't tell you.
So if you've done cocaine, please send us an email
about how addictive the substance can be.
About how you are saving the environment.
And how you are going to help.
We want to hear your impact.
Well, we want to hear from you. Please use your real name, and then we won't send it to the police.
We're sending out an anonymous survey on your experiences with cocaine use.
And recycling.
And has your city off to
Have you used cocaine? Yes, no. Do you recycle?
Yes, no, maybe.
Yes, no.
Have your dealers got on the recycling program? You should offer that to your dealers.
And if so, would your dealer be interested in joining?
In signing up?
Please put his email here. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Oh no. It's like a needle, but it's like all colored in green.
He has a good point. Plastic use aside, the drug industry has a poor track record when it comes to the environment.
Okay.
If you were also to also neglect the extremely high human cost of cocaine, for example, there is still the alarming rate of deforestation.
That gets a ding, by the way. The high human cost. Because it's drugs and you get high from it. So high.
Of cocaine, for example, there is still the alarming rate of deforestation, the dispersal of toxic chemicals, and the damage done by local wildlife, not to mention our health and the surrounding land to consider.
Oh no, not the forest.
Yeah.
The trees!
It's all a front.
I'm doing my part. We all recycle in our own ways.
They set down their reusable plastic vial on their nightstand.
See, the problem is, like, the actual, like, hippie culture was not that far off from that. They did a lot of drugs, and they didn't just do weed. They did, like, everything.
Well, yeah.
And they wanted to see.
According to one report, drug trafficking is directly responsible for up to 30% of deforestation in Nicaragua, Honduras, and Guatemala.
Whoa!
But hey, at least you can now buy your Coke in reusable containers. Save where it counts.
So they just made Tupperware Coke, essentially.
Tupperware Coke.
Show title.
No, it's a little glass vial. A little glass vial.
I know. I'm just saying
vial.
it's like the same as Tupperware though, because like it's just like you seal it, you ship it out, and then you get
goes
like
into your nose like
you
a battery.
use it, and then you close it back up and you give it back to the person. You can reuse the Tupperware and you can reuse the Coke.
A little glass vial. It goes into your nose like a battery.
So do you want to do emails?
Yeah.
It's
do you have one that you want to start with?
Oh no, I don't want to go first.
Well, it'd be better if one of you guys go.
So are we not doing ones that aren't starred?
No, yeah, if you find one that's good, you can do one.
Okay.
I pretty much star all the real ones.
The star ones are the actual questions.
Well, did you know that every American dollar has cocaine traces on it?
Yes.
Yes, and most dollar bills have been in
I didn't know
stripper. They've been inside of a stripper.
In?
Yes. Everything's been inside vaginas.
Oh, no, not.
I don't think strippers put the money inside of their vagina like an ATM.
How do you know?
They probably stick them inside, like.
I have a quick one to get us started.
That's not how vaginas work.
Like a slot machine.
They're not ATMs.
And like it spits it back out. If it's like all wrinkly, you have to like when you go to
the when you go to the vending machine, you go to stick your dollar in, and it sucks in.
And it like comes out. If you want just change, like click the button and it like shoots out change at the bottom.
It's like, oh, I put it in too flat.
Paradox, so which one do you want to do?
I'm going to start with one. It's a no subject one. So grab a different one.
Mail time. The mail's here. Here's the mail, it never fails. It makes me want to wag my tail. When it comes, I want to wail.
We haven't played that one in a while, so I wanted to play the whole thing. Dear FurCast, my name is Enigma. A snow leopard.
Close the email. That's it.
Done reading it.
I was going to say, why did you choose that?
My name is Enigma, a snow leopard currently living in California.
Just because he's a fan.
terrible puns aside, I'm here to ask you for a favor. I'll try to make this email brief. My dad works for the DEA. The government shutdown has hit us pretty hard. My dad hasn't had a paycheck in almost a month. It is a predicament that makes him more stressed than ever. I'm sure our situation is easier than other federal workers, though. What I ask for is support for any federal families you know of. Not money, just small acts of kindness. It makes the day a whole lot better knowing that there are people willing to help. Sincerely, Enigma the Snow Leopard. Aw, that is actually nice to say. I feel really bad that that's going on because of Mr. Fearless bullshit fuckhead in charge of things. For those who don't know, outside the U.S., the U.S. government is quote-unquote shut down, which essentially means that a lot of major services aren't funded. A lot of them will get the money later. Some things stay open, like essential services and stuff like that, but there's a lot of parks and stuff close. A lot of people who work for certain departments, close. People who work for the tax department don't go to work. Some of them actually do go to work and they don't get paid, at least for now. And if you're wondering, well, do they get paid with interest? Also, some people who work for government contractors also, it depends on the company. If it's just that company isn't getting money, then, your paycheck might go down or something, but there are some even government contractors where you don't get paid, so it just kind of depends. But anyway, it is also a record. It's the longest the government has ever shut down, and it has to do with a bunch of bullshit that I'm not going to explain. But it is fucking stupid, and we're one of the few countries that has this issue just because of the way the laws are written with financing. Most countries, if they can't pass a budget agreement, everybody gets fired. Doesn't happen here. Here it's just government shut down for a little bit. So it doesn't affect too many things, but it does. Yeah, it sucks. So for anybody who doesn't know, that's what it is. It's bullshit. Anyway, that was that email.
Bullshit. I think the bull should go next.
Oh.
Me? Okay, I have an email with subject Shy Foxo. It says, "Heyo, I'm Ryko, pronounced Ryko like a bread company."
Did you get that one to mark it down?
Okay. I'm a 24-year-old kitsune from Utah. I want to start off by saying I absolutely love the show and hope to someday be able to meet all of you in person. I'm really shy, to an extreme level, and because of that, I have a really hard time making friends. I'm afraid to talk to anyone in real life. I even avoid checkouts in stores because of the fear I have of talking to people. I have the same problem online as well. I am in the FurCast Telegram, but I'm afraid to even post anything. I've been told by therapists the only thing I can do to improve is just to force myself to talk to people, but the anxiety I feel is too great even to try to start a conversation. I know that if people talk to me first, I can get into a conversation, and once people get to know me, I'm actually very friendly. The problem I have is taking that first step. I plan on attending Anthro Weekend Utah this year, and it will be my first con. I'm hoping to make some friends there, and although the thought of talking to people terrifies me, Also, the local group of furs actually know about me a little, and I want to go to meets, but all the what-ifs keep me trapped. I'm afraid to put myself out there because I'm afraid of messing something up and making a fool of myself. The other half is I'm afraid of rejection. I'm gender fluid, Therian, and a necromancer, all of which are highly frowned upon in this state. I keep these things hidden to most people because they don't understand. My family knows, but they reject and ignore it, just like the fact that I'm a furry. I'm listening right now to you talking callers, and I'm too shy to call, but decided to finally write you. I've been thinking about doing so for a year, and have finally built up the resolve to do so. So, 3 questions. Number 1, how do you gather the courage to talk to someone you don't know? 2, how do you overcome your fears when you face them? And 3, do you have any advice specifically for me? Thanks so much. I love all of your work and may not be listening live, but will be on Telegram if you have any questions for me. Your fluffy obsidian fox, Ryko.
Uh-oh.
What?
Oh.
We didn't read that bottom bit.
No.
No, I didn't. I don't actually fill me in because I'm not.
It is not to read on
It
air.
says not to read on air.
But they put it at the very last
But it
part.
was at the bottom.
Hey, if you want us not to read something, please put it at the top.
You know what? Also, they said not to read on air, but something tells me that it's also their exact fear of this.
So they wanted it read on air, but then...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Pro tip, if you don't want us to read it on air, put it in the beginning of the email. I feel really bad, but at the same time, hey, you know what? It was a good email, and we might be able to give good advice to you and other people, so I wouldn't feel too bad about
We'll
it.
give you actual advice because...
Yeah.
Well, we could just make it general advice, even.
I mean, we already...
No?
Let's just say...
I feel like a lot of people have this kind of problem.
Speaking as somebody who has once very, very like closed off like this, you kind of do just have to figure out what you're comfortable with at first. So that if it's like talking to people online, that's a good place to start. Like either it's like just talking about the FurCast chat is not a bad place to start. Like not necessarily go that big, but like maybe talk to one person and like start to get to know one person and then grow from there and like start to make a group. But if you start with an individual person, that's much less intimidating than starting with a group. So that's my advice.
Yeah.
I wasn't always social.
Yeah, I wasn't either.
None of it. Well, I mean,
You're still not. So I mean,
What do you mean? I'm so social.
He is literally
he's the most social.
extroverted person we know.
yeah.
And
I know he is.
And it's funny because Paradox was actually the first person that I met in the community in person.
see, I don't think you were not social though. I don't.
No, it's not that I wasn't social. It's that I wasn't social.
You didn't know
with,
how to
like-
get started.
Yeah, it was like in school, I knew a lot of people. I was friends with a lot of people, but that's because they were people that I knew for a long time, grew with, and became social with. I was not as good at like getting to know people who were new.
Yeah.
So
That's the case for like most people.
yeah,
One thing I just want to correct on air really fast.
Oh, the bottom thing. Yeah. No, it's we're supposed to read it. It's just the continuation of it.
One thing I just want to clarify in the shutdown thing when I said people get fired, I mean, in most countries, the governing body, like the Senate, for instance, in Australia, if the Senate fails to pass a budget, they all get fired. Not the workers, the governing people. Whereas in the U.S., they can literally shut down the government and tons of people are without pay, and the people who made that decision to shut down the government are like fine and still get paid. So that's bullshit. As for my advice for the email, jumping back to that. Sorry about that. I just wanted to make that correction on air in case anybody's like, what? My advice, and this is going to sound weird. What I don't want this to come across as is I don't want you to think that I want you to copy people, because you don't want to just copy the way somebody acts directly. But a lot of knowing how to act in a group comes down to observing, right? And obviously, if you are shy or you are someone who's not very outgoing, you've probably spent a lot of time watching people. But even like right now, if I don't know, if my friend was like, "Yo, man, we got a staff group for this con. Do you want to join this group?" and invites me to a Telegram group, and now all of a sudden I'm in this group with all these staff people for this con. I wouldn't know how to act. I wouldn't know what to do necessarily. I can make a couple guesses though, right? Like, okay, well, it's a furry chat and it's a con chat, so I can probably introduce myself with a :3 and say, "Oh, I'm Paradox." But in terms of how often to chat, in terms of whether I can post images, in terms of how I can treat other people, if it's okay to promote myself, any of that other stuff, maybe I'll just kind of sit around a little bit and just see if there's people that I know in the group or what people say. And maybe people are just shitposting, or maybe it's very serious and people are planning things. You just need to kind of feel out groups that you're in. And usually if you make a mistake, if they're worth a damn, people don't get that angry, right? People will just be like, "Oh, hey, by the way, like we try not to, post too many stickers here." And I'll be like, "Oh, okay, I won't post stickers then." Or people will just be super casual. So especially if you do go to meet furries or you go to a con or you find yourself in one of these situations and you just don't know what to do, just watch people a little bit and see how they act. And it doesn't mean you need to copy them. It just means you'll know what level of okayness everybody has with things, right? And that's kind of just the way it is. I deal with that at work too with clients. Sometimes I go into a client and I'm like, "Oh, geez," I'm like, "I don't know. Is this like a really serious place or do people not really care?" And then some, guy at some client will walk up to me and be like, "Yeah, man, what the fuck is up with this thing?" And I'll be like, "Oh, okay, cool. So it's casual. Nobody cares." You know what I mean? Like, you have to feel things out. That's my advice. And somebody says those fears can be paralyzing at times. No, I understand that. I just mean in terms of if you are going to force yourself to act and you're wondering how to act, think about your observations.
Yeah.
That's what I'd say.
Going back to what Nico said, my first fur meet, I was an absolute wreck. I felt like I was going to throw up. I was sitting like alone. But I had one person I knew. So going back to what Nico said, like if you get to know one person, that's a lot easier than getting to know a group of people, and those people will give you connections, and those people will give you connections, and you'll just like meet people naturally that way.
And don't feel intimidated by other people being like large groups of people. Some people have known each other for years.
Yeah, furry groups can be very cliquey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I think
you can't say don't be intimidated because you're always going to be intimidated.
Try not to be like. Try not to feel like.
So like I
too
think that's
intimidated.
bad advice because at least from my perspective, because I came back from my history of dealing with stuff like that was literally kind of in the similar boat because I wasn't always extroverted and I wasn't always like the crazy outgoing person. Like it took me a lot of courage to actually build up and actually talk to people when I was first getting into the fandom when I was like 17, 18. And it was just something that like I was very just uncomfortable because you sit there and you think in what you would want to say in your head before you're actually going up to talk to someone. But then you think of all the things that you might screw up in saying something because you're trying to make a pre-script of what you want to say in your head before you're even going up to them.
Mm-hmm.
And then as soon as you screw up something and the predefined script that you've already crafted in your head, you start to panic and then you literally just deteriorate from that perspective downwards. And it takes practice to actually literally get out of that whole mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Because you, like newscasters to people like us doing the show, you always screw up words. You're always going to screw up phrases. You're always going to screw up something while you're communicating with someone else. And you notice it more yourself than you do notice it from others.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't see that others are screwing up when they talk, but most people are screwing up when they talk.
Yeah. I would say my...
So, I mean, like, to continue on just my backstory with it,
There's
it's...
a plow going down the street. Can hear it.
Pretty much you gather courage by literally facing your fear. You literally put yourself in the most uncomfortable position that you know of, little bits at a time. You pretty much are making yourself immune to your own fear of what you're afraid of, and you have to do that over time. I think of it as almost leveling up in like a video game or something like that. You're literally doing exposure therapy, where you're constantly going out to a group environment, and the goal is to maybe talk to one person.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And then
That's
you
it.
slowly...
That's it. That's the accomplishment. It doesn't matter like if there's other people that are trying to talk to you. You go out and you talk to one person.
Yeah, I was could suggest the same thing. Like, have small goals for yourself. Like, even if it's go to the supermarket and don't go to the self-checkout, go to the normal line.
Have a weird conversation.
Like, even if it's like completely awkward, you're never going to talk to that person again. That person's going to have very little say in the rest of your life. You might bump into them, but that's about it. And they have the same awkward conversation all day, so like they won't remember you unless you just scream at them, which don't do that.
Well, I think when it comes to going to meets and stuff too, if you do have a friend, even if they're not a furry, maybe like a friend from school, or like if you have a sibling or something, they probably know you well and they understand you well. Maybe go to that person and say, hey, I kind of want to go to this group thing. I'm really nervous about it. Do you mind just like coming with me? You don't have to come with me again, but just like, that might help too if you can go with like your brother or go with, somebody. And I don't know what your social situation is like in that regard, but
try to find somebody that would, if you were going to have like a panic attack, because like you're dealing with too many people, you can go back and be like, hey, can we go to...
Excuse yourself, just say...
Like, can we go to like McDonald's right now? Like you ask that person so then you're not alone. Mm-hmm. And like you leave and you go and you like find a nice calm place, you go back to your room, you do something, you relax a little, and then you can try to put yourself back out if you are feeling comfortable enough for it.
Yeah. The other thing you could do, this is a little different, but I just randomly thought of it because, if you have any interests, maybe like video gaming or something, you could like make a YouTube video of you playing a video game and talking, and that way you're not like directly dealing with people. You don't have to worry as much about stuff. You could just talk about the game, talk about what you know, and that way you're learning to kind of express yourself more, and it's not necessarily directly at people. And if people come to the video and it's boring, then they just leave, and you don't, and then people might comment. I don't know. It's just, I'm thinking about ways to kind of put yourself out there that are like kind of steps in the right direction that aren't necessarily throwing yourself vulnerable into a situation with people who are naturally cliquey.
Random.
Which is, yeah.
No, to be honest, that's one of the things I was going to say is random. And when you're having a conversation with someone, just be random on certain things. And especially if you're completely out of the whole set of like coming in and understanding people, like I feel like you wouldn't be since you're 24, but come in with 10% of your personality. Come in with 20% of your personality. Don't ever come in to someone that you don't know with the full extent. I mean, they're going to be their full extent, but come in a little bit less than what you normally are yourself, because you don't know what that.
Try to figure out what you feel comfortable with.
Shout out to Business Cat, who said, dragged my brother along, his non-furry brother along as a backup plan in case I didn't get to meet Paradox at Cedar Point, and then we did get to meet. We hung out. It was fun.
But honestly, the only way to overcome your fears is literally being exposed to it, and then pretty much developing your own. Instead of worrying about what you're going to say or what you're going to screw up saying, then just have a conversation of small little things, and then from that, expand onto it. And then being random if you can be improv or have things. If you can get better at improv, you can probably get better at having conversations with people, because most of conversations are improv. They're not scripted. They're not set up. There's not predefined plans on it. And the more improv that you do, the better you are with having just normal conversations with random people. And then again, exposure, because as you start doing it more and more, you become immune to your own fears. And then after you become immune, it's easier to just pretty much get yourself out there and talk to people.
I think you just got to take steps too.
And then you just don't give a fuck.
And don't feel bad if you go back and you feel like you have to close yourself off again. Don't feel bad about that. Maybe just take a nice deep breath. Maybe you spend a couple days by yourself and then try again. Don't feel too bad.
Yeah.
Everybody has those moments sometimes.
Yeah. And everybody, by the way, has moments where they're overwhelmed by being tired. I mean, there's been times where I'm like, oh God, tomorrow is that event. And I'm sitting there going, and it's 10 o'clock at night, and I'm like, fuck, do I want to do that tomorrow? And then I'm like, and then I'm sitting there thinking do I message all my friends and tell them I'm canceling? And everybody goes through that. That's just what it means to do things social. And then sometimes the next day happens and you go and you have a great time. It depends. But everybody has those moments of kind of doubt and questioning whether they want to do so. I've literally had times where I've gotten in my car going to a con and I've sat in the driveway wondering if I really feel like going or not. So it happens.
I couldn't public speak for the longest time. That was my.
Oh yeah, same. I
couldn't even read in front of a class. Everything would freeze up. I couldn't. For some reason, I could think it and I couldn't say it.
It was kind of funny because I'm pretty bad at reading from a script. Anything from here. I can't read from a script. No, that's a reason. It's because I can ad lib and I can make things up in my head. And when I'm doing a lesson or teaching a lesson, you're not reading from a thing. You're not reading directly from the book. You shouldn't be.
Advice from Dead Mouse: if you're nervous about being on stage in front of people, wear a helmet.
Yeah, well.
That's literally why he does that. But the other thing too is when it comes to the internet, my suggestion about maybe doing game streaming and stuff like that. Right now, there's hundreds of people listening to us, and eventually there will be thousands when the archive goes out. I don't feel that nervous about that right now. And yet, if I was at work in front of 20 people, I would be fucking nervous as hell. If I was doing a PowerPoint presentation, it's this weird thing where somehow when you're on the internet and you're aware that people are consuming the things that you're doing, but you're not the people aren't in front of you, it's a little bit less.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's something about.
Well, yeah, because if we were sitting here and then there's
alcohol.
Well, you know what else? I think,
but that's.
I think it was
alcohol helps.
It does help, but that shouldn't be.
I thought of another thing though.
Shouldn't be your go-to.
I think some of it might be because the people who tune into this show chose to tune in. Whereas, a lot of times when you're in front of an audience on a stage, those people didn't necessarily choose to be in front of you.
See,
so you have to impress them.
I don't have that viewpoint because the problem with I'm a teacher, big thing, big surprise. I used to be super afraid of public speaking, and then I talked to one of my professors about it, and he's just don't even think about it. Just teach what you want to teach, understand that they're trying to learn from you, and go. And I'm like. And I obviously the first lesson I did, it was terrible because I got in my own head. But after a little bit and after you do it more and more often, you get here's the thing.
Fursuits and alcohol.
I mean, okay, I'm not gonna suggest that.
But he's also not saying.
I mean, it's gonna work because it's covering your face and you're gonna be in a personality, yes. And alcohol gets rid of any kind of.
Again, I joked about it earlier. I said,
But-
a drunk mind is a sober tongue.
But it's just like
That's funny.
you shouldn't have that as a crutch. You shouldn't always need it.
People usually will say their honest opinions and stuff on things.
If
when they're
you
drunk.
want to go to if you want to like make yourself like go in the deep end like right at the get go, then sure, maybe try getting drunk.
You
But
don't have to get drunk. You just have a few drinks. I'm not proposing people get drunk. You don't have to drink to get drunk. You can drink to have a few drinks, which has the same effects.
can you? I want you to repeat that word for word.
Can we move on?
You could drink drinks not to get drunk.
Yes, that's
But you don't have to get drunk to drink drinks.
Just so you know, like take baby steps.
Hello, plow. There's a plow going down the street.
When you drink, you don't have to get drunk.
Hey, you can see the road now. Oh my
Yay.
god. It's the
What?
first time we've been able to see the road for a couple
Look,
days.
consuming alcoholic beverages is actually an enjoyable endeavor and a social experience for many.
For some.
Yeah.
Not
All right, moving on. Next email. Being out of the closet. Hello, Paradox, Pharaoh, and guests. Cody
Trapped
from
in a
Cody's
closet.
Customs
Hi, I'm a guest.
here. I have heard on a previous show, 312, I believe, in an email about if you can tell if a fur is in the closet. I have always been open about who I am, despite people saying I shouldn't broadcast being furry because people here in the South might have a problem with it. My last 3 trucks have had decals on them, making it clear I'm a furry, up to and including Furry Pride, Furry Life, and one that says Got Fursona. I've had a paw print on the door with my name under it, and my current truck has a huge Friday Night Tech decal on the back
It
window.
really
Oh, that's
does.
pretty cool. He included a picture of it. It's
And it
pretty
has
cool.
it.
Nice.
And even though, excuse me, even though it's no longer accurate, I'm keeping it. Yeah, because our show got renamed. I've never been confronted, but I have had a lot of people give me thumbs up and wave at me on the highway. Is it so bad to be open about who you are? I live a furry lifestyle, including naming my business after my Sona. What are your thoughts about being open about it? Okay, so first of all,
Don't wear your fursuit at work.
people
will get
that's
attracted to
his
it.
advice.
I was gonna say you've done that.
Yeah.
People will be turned on and want to fuck you.
I think
Normal
the
people.
big thing is people who are
Story of my
very
life.
out and about and okay with themselves generally actually do get positive responses from people, because people who put themselves out there and can be very comfortable, people who look comfortable and happy generally get that kind of response from people. But whether or not you are open or not has a lot more to do with how much you want to put up with, right? You are someone who you are okay with people knowing that you are like that. You are okay getting that question. You are okay with the perception that you're going to have to deal with. There are some people that because of their job or because of their standing with their family or because other people that they know don't want it known as much. And so that's kind of more what it has to do with. Right? Like there are some people who they're just flamboyantly out there and then some person makes fun of them for being gay and they're like, oh, fuck that guy. I don't care. But not everybody has the opportunity to be able to say that or do that or feel that, because some people, it's like,
How much do you not give a fuck?
Yeah, it's all, it's, yeah.
How much do you not give a fuck?
How much does the position you are in your life with your job and your family allow you to not give a fuck?
Yes.
How good are you at communication, though, too?
It's also
it's a
like-
combination
yeah.
of not giving a fuck and being good at communication. That's pretty much the
If
openness.
your like your job allows you to do it, then yes, because you said that you make customs. So,
Yeah, but don't fursuit at your job when you find out that.
but if
people
you're
are
your
very
own
turned
boss,
on.
you can fursuit at your job. 'Cause your job's probably at your house.
But then when your coworkers want to try to fuck you because you find your fursuit hot, then it makes things really awkward for you.
I'm just gonna let the silence.
I feel like this is a problem only you have.
So if you're a blue fox,
problem I have.
Don't wear your suit.
I'm so tired of going to work in fursuit and having people be attracted to me.
So like my thing
It's a
is
very
Tough life.
Very first world problem right there.
as far as for myself, like I don't tell my parents because they don't need to know. My parents and I are at a very like, to be honest, we're on like a need to know basis, which is really kind of sad, but it's the truth. Like, if they need to know something, I'll be like, this is what you need to know. And it's like they don't care. They don't really want to go into like my private life. I've talked to them many times about it, and they're like, we don't want to go in your private life. I'm like, thank you. So they don't want to like think I'm in no weird animal things, pursuits and so forth. It's really quiet.
It is.
Everyone's looking at their computers
You're right, we are.
except him.
Very observant.
You're the only one that's not.
No, you're looking at me too, so you're not looking at your
You're the
computer.
only one that's not looking at your computer. ASMR.
I mean, yeah. I think it's like it's this. You can be as open as you want about anything that you are, as long as you are willing to put up with the fact that people will then identify you as that.
You just gotta own it.
Yeah, like the
Own it, and you have to understand that some people aren't going to like it, and they're going to might give you a big deal about it. But if you just know, like, or prehand, like over, like blah blah blah, if you know beforehand that people are going to give you a big deal about it, then just know it, deal with it, and move on. And it's your choice. Don't get surprised if somebody's like, "Oh, how dare you wear a fursuit?"
All right, that was 3 emails. Do we have another one that we want to do?
I mean, there's one more, I think.
Yeah, I'll let one of you guys grab that.
I'm too busy looking at Pharaoh in suit at a desk.
If you want, I can grab it.
Okay, the eyes in your suit are very seductive looking, though.
They are.
Yeah, it's the fuck me eyes.
Yeah. They're very fuck me eyes, and you are very suit gay too. So like,
suit gay.
Actually,
no. I think we did talk about
you are absolutely suit gay. Fair is absolutely
just talking
gay.
about like seeing you dance with somebody like grinding up, like not grinding, but like getting all close and personal at MFF.
Well, I've also
you were drunk, but you got really close, and like you were out like going all at it.
It was the goat. It was the goat from what's his name?
It's
he was here in the
Fizz's mate. What's his name?
Oh, Nightclaw.
Nightclaw. Her name.
Yeah.
I don't know. Their name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their name.
Their name. But yeah, you got all close and personal, and I'm like, I like it. Literally, I just
I like it.
Well, no, I was like, I was like, am I gonna make fun of this? I'm like, nah, I just love it.
Well, not only is he suit gay in a joking way, but I know that like you're definitely. I've heard you admit to me that like certain male suitors are hot to you, which, you know,
not hot like in the sense of I'd fuck them or get fucked by them.
You did
once.
Like,
who?
What? What is this?
This is new to me.
I will say it was. I will say it was a one for all suitor.
Of course it was.
You don't remember this?
Yeah.
How drunk were you? How drunk was he?
No, he was not drunk at all.
You mean Lace, the supermodel?
No, it wasn't Lace.
I'm confused.
Because Lace is a hot man. Like, coming from a straight guy's perspective, Lace is fucking gorgeous.
I used to have a crush on Lace.
I know.
I don't know who Lace is. I need to see this.
I don't either.
He's a pretty chill dude. He's nice.
He's awesome. In suit and out of suit.
Yeah.
How do you spell the Lace?
I don't remember.
L-A-C-E. I don't know.
I forget where he lives.
He's in Vancouver, I think.
Vancouver, yeah, I think.
Or maybe Colorado.
I like how we just randomly talk about people in the show without them listening. We're just like, oh yeah, this guy, yeah, fuck this guy. Oh, that guy's hot. And they're like people who don't listen. So we're gossiping.
The funniest part though is like you had a crush on him and then he had a crush on me.
Really? Oh, because you're his type. Which is great. I love that. That was great.
Paradox liked him a lot, but he liked me a lot. And it was funny.
Yeah, it was funny.
You say it's funny, but you say it with a pained look on your face.
No.
It was funny.
It was such a long time ago.
Nah.
It was long.
All right, Bull, do an email.
Okay.
Do an email.
A few questions. Hi, love the podcast. I listen to it every day. Okay, here are my questions.
Wait. Before we continue.
I know, every day I was like...
Can you do it in your customer service voice?
Hi, love the podcast. I listen to it every day. Okay, here are my questions. I'm very open about being a furry, but one of my closest friends keeps bugging me or teasing me about then when I tell her to stop, she gets all defensive and says she's only kidding. She's not making fun of me. She's making fun of the community. I don't know how to get her to stop. Also, my mom knows about me being a furry. She's chill with it and even said I could get a fursuit head, but I can't find a good quality one that's not like $2,000. Any recommendations?
Welcome to the pain of being a furry.
Fursuit heads are like $2,000 if you want a good one.
Especially for a good one. Especially for one that's comfortable.
Yeah, comfort is a thing too.
Fursuit heads are not usually $2,000. Fursuit heads are about usually $500 to $800.
Yeah.
I mean, you can get a good one like
because partials usually get around about $1,200 to $1,500. Fulls usually run to about $3,000.
He's probably talking about a partial.
Yeah.
Because usually if you just get the head, I mean, you can just get the head, but usually if you want to get a partial.
Most creators don't even just make heads anymore.
Yeah, they usually make partials. Because
the head takes the longest time and
it makes decent amount of money and you're not using that much.
Someone just posted a picture of Lace.
Oh, good.
So anyway, the first question was about getting their friend to stop.
That's
them
it.
making fun of and mocking and that kind of thing, because it's like it's one of those like
Yeah,
they're being rude, but they don't. They want you to think it's not, because they're like, oh, haha, it's just a joke. So either it is actually just a joke, or it's not. And in the case that it's not, it's one of those things where it's just like people have that kind of prejudice, I feel like. And maybe something that might relieve that prejudice is getting them to like understand what it's like really about. I don't know.
My viewpoint is just be yourself. Don't worry if other people think like the fandom's trash.
Yeah, you
and
should
don't
know.
like judge them based on your friend, because I have plenty of friends, like a bunch of my best friends from high school are like, you know who the people are ruining the internet? The gay furries. And I'm like, yep. Just own it and be like, yep. And like they constantly make fun of me. They're like,
"You in hell, Fairfax."
No, none of them said that to me because they're not that trashy. But we went to a bar.
Baby.
I went to a bar and they're both straight. And they're like, do you like that guy? Do you like that guy? I'm like, nah. And like my one friend's like, would you like that guy if he was wearing a fursuit? I'm like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Depends on the type of fursuit.
I know. I mean, I was gonna say that too, but
I would have said that to them, because now they just think anything like with a rug on it was be hot to you.
I was also very wasted at the time.
Wasted. Not just drunk, you were just wasted.
Yeah. They made me chug like 5 beers in a row, and that's not a good thing.
Ooh,
but it was still a fun
5.
time. It was like
but you're small.
11%.
So it's like, oh, that's it. Okay.
It was rough. But it was a fun time. And I mean, they objectified more people than I did, so I didn't objectify anybody.
Yeah, I mean, I get that it sucks when somebody you care about is making fun of you, but I mean, I've also seen a lot of furries, and I see this on Twitter a lot, and this is one of those things where it's like, you got to be careful about the people you surround yourself with. I will actually unfollow people on Twitter for this, but there are furries.
That's why he doesn't follow me.
Who bash other furries.
There are furries in this fandom who they survive in this fandom by constantly making fun of it and hating on it.
Yeah.
And they're very negative about it. Or like their whole timeline is just them shitting on furry. But they are a furry, but they spend all of their time like very negatively, like not like making fun of it in like a funny way or like a pleasant way or like a good, but it is literally, it is not only just a joke to them and it's stupid to them, but they think that all these different aspects of being furry are dumb. Or they'll be like, furry's always got to do this stupid shit. And it's like, why are you here? I'm like, what? I don't follow those people.
Bro.
What?
Bruh.
Bruh. But yeah, I don't know. I unfollow people who are negative about furry.
Well, there's being negative, and then there's constantly being negative.
Yeah.
Like, you could be negative, like, have a critique, or, like, you actually have, like, agreements, and, like, you have something to say, like, why the fuck did we do this? And then do it, like, one post, and then be okay. But it's just, if you're constantly doing it, then why? Good talk.
The more you know.
I loved how shaky that was.
It was vibrato, but it wasn't like actual
Yeah,
vibrato.
it was like
I'm scared.
Like it was like occasionally pushing a little bit more air.
Do 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 do.
All right. Shall we call it a night?
Yeah, I would say it's night.
If you would won't.
Damn it, Nico. Oh, God, I'm tired all of a sudden. I don't know, I've had all my energy. Maybe it's because I've had like 4 or 5 cups of tea today.
Hello, tired. I'm Nico. Yay. Bad dad jokes. I like how long it goes. It's very good.
Have more wine, Dad.
I think the fact
I had so much wine already, and I don't want it
you
anymore.
had 2 cups.
No, that's too much. That's too much wine.
That's not a lot.
Red wine is good for your heart.
That is good for your heart, but it's only good for like, if you only get like a smidge.
Drink a bottle. It's good for your everything.
No.
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 Anyway, I've been your host, Paradox the Red Wolf.
I have been your not wasted Blue Fox host, Pharaoh.
I'm not wasted either, and I'm your host, Nico.
And I've been the guest, Oreo.
guest.
I've accepted it.
The Nazi cow.
accepted it?
The Nazi cow. The heck cow.
Are we here next week?
Are we here next week?
I don't know.
That's what's next week. Let's figure out.
Maybe.
Calendar. Tell me. It's next
We're
week.
answering whether you're here, I guess.
It's
You know, if we had a
January
calendar that like
27.
had dates on it, that was like on the wall. That like,
I
we
know
wrote.
it's like right here that we can use. I think we're here next week.
I think we're here next week. We'll see. Announcements on social media and everything. Stay tuned for the post show. Good night, podcast listeners.